saying it is a Thursday, which means that your eyes are open wide. Maybe some crust, that's okay. But we are saying weekend, are you here? Almost. We're almost there. Amper daar. Listen, we are, of course, celebrating Women's Month. And I have to say good morning to all the trailblazing women out there. And also, we are focusing on a couple of those that are building legacies and breaking barriers in business. But listen, that's just the beginning of today's Feel Good lineup.
Oh, man, and it's been a feel-good start to the month, so thank you so much. The incredible lineup of amazing human beings, and yes, mainly women, all women, this month has been amazing, but it's brought home that we need to not just have a Women's Month, but every day needs to have this focus.
That's
so we're going to be celebrating some major milestones throughout that journey, but one that connects to all of us, I think, from when we were kids. And I mean most of us. Takalani Sesame has been a common thread throughout most South African children's journeys. 25 years they are celebrating.
Friends.
That is incredible. They, I think, have helped South Africa learn, deal with emotional big moments, big feelings. I absolutely love that we've got this thing that kind of unites us. It's part of the RSA, I suppose.
Yes, well, it's in our DNA, okay? So if you grew up as South African, you definitely recognize every single one of these characters. So we can't wait to bring them on through to the Jersey streets. As Grace said, 25 years is what we're celebrating. Then we tumble down the rabbit hole with a magical new Afrikaans revival of Alice in Wonderland, a dazzling production that brings Youth Theatre Centre to the stage.
Oh, and what a great one to do as well. Are we going to try our hand at an Afrikaans translation of Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, Alice in Wonderland.
I was going to say no, we're not going to try our hand because that exactly, that was a trap. No, we will find out, and we're going to connect to an uber-talented cast. And then if you're up for some fun and games, Tekken Guru, our gaming guru, Grant Hines, is going to review the very playful and action-packed Super Mario Party Jamboree. Yes, there is another iteration, and we are here for that. And we are here for the whole Expresso family this morning. And Zanella, of course, is taking care of duties up north.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, my Graham, and good morning, Mzansi. Oh, Betuna. No matter where you are in this beautiful, crazy country, we're so glad that you decided to join us this morning, which is why we've got to say Avsheni, Molweni, Goeiemorgen, Da. We're coming to you live from the beautiful Samsung DQX right here at Design Quarter in Johannesburg, and we are so ready for you. You heard there's a delicious menu on the way, but then, my friend, we always tell you we don't just want to have fun here on the screens. No, we want to also get into a little bit of the social media streets and a little bit of a chat, if you will. Let's do it with our Good Morning Post. Now, this morning, my friends, we are celebrating 25 years of Takalani Sesame. It is all about the beautiful ways in which we get to be educated by SAVC. And of course, we know that Takalani Sesame has been getting into that for so many years. But then, my friend, we're celebrating that 25 years, but also getting into a little bit of a throwback on this Thursday. We want you to head out onto social media and tell us on #Expresso Show and let us in. What is that one TV show that takes you back to your childhood? The one that makes you feel super nostalgic and almost like, oh my goodness, I feel like a kid again. For me, I can give you two. One, Brace Face. Second one, I'll say a little bit of Bold and the Beautiful. You remember, right? Friends, let us know. And you can, of course, jump onto the WhatsApp line as well. For now, though, let's jump on into what is happening around the world. Here's Carissa.
Well, thank you so much, Zanele. You're looking beautiful in that yellow, brightening up our days. For now, though, let's get into your national news headlines with just 3 minutes after 6 o'clock. Now, we get started here where South Africa has voiced concern over Eswatini's decision to house 5 U.S. convicts, including murderers and child rapists whose home country declined to take them back. Now, the prisoners, held under diplomatic arrangements, have sparked alarm across the region. Eswatini says the move strengthens ties with the U.S. and denies the prisoners pose any threat. However, South African officials are wary of setting a precedent that could see more international criminals entering the region under similar deals. In other news in the country, 10 police officers accused of stealing from a shop in Edenvale have each been granted bail of 1,500 rand. Now, they appeared in the Germiston Magistrates Court yesterday following their arrest on Monday. 6 officers are from Ekurhuleni Metro Police and 4 from SAPS Tsakane. The shop owner claims that they stole cigarettes worth over 150,000 rand, 35,000 rand in cash, boxes of painkillers, and failed to declare all items. Now, bail conditions include no contact with the complainant or leaving Gauteng without permission. Now let's take a look further afield at your international newsmaking headlines, where Ghana is in mourning after Defense Minister Edward Boma and Environment Minister Ibrahim Mohammed died in a helicopter crash, along with 6 others. Now the military aircraft went off radar en route from Accra to Obuasi. Former Agriculture Minister Alhaji Mohammed and 3 crew also perished. Now the cause currently remains unknown. President Nana Akufo-Addo has ordered flags flown at half-mast in honor of what officials describe as a national tragedy and irreplaceable loss. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump says, quote, great progress, end quote, was made during Ukraine talks between his envoy, Steve Witkoff, and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, the meeting, held in Moscow, aimed to secure a ceasefire ahead of Trump's self-imposed deadline. Russia, meanwhile, merely confirmed that constructive signals were exchanged, without offering specifics. Now, Trump posed that he had briefed U.S. allies and vowed that efforts would intensify to end the war. The talks marked a potential turning point in U.S.-Russia diplomacy over the conflict in Ukraine. And let's close off with this story when Makwaland's wildflower season has burst into bloom weeks early, blanketing the Northern Cape in vivid colour from Skulpad to Kwikfontein, thanks to perfect rains and also mild weather. The succulent Karoo wonderland, home to more than 3,500 plant species, includes masses of daisies, promising a breathtaking display through August and beyond. Not to be outshone, West Coast National Park's Postberg section is also now open until the 30th of September, perfectly timed for its usual mid-August peak. For the best floral adventures, head out on sunny weekdays and skip the weekend rush. That's our advice to you. It is a double bloom treat, petal-powered magic that proves spring has clearly sprung early. A beautiful way to close off your first bit of news this morning. Let's get into some sporting highlights with Graham.
Thank you so much for that one. Beautiful view to temper the news that is breaking this morning. Let's start with football. Certainly from my perspective, Tottenham have now confirmed Son Heung-min's permanent transfer to Los Angeles FC for an MLS record. In fact, $26 million. That's around 19.5 million euros. So the 33-year-old departs Spurs after a decade there, reuniting with ex-teammate Hugo Lloris at LAFC. In fact, who now sit 6th in the Western Conference. So they're going to welcome his addition. Son attended Tuesday's League's Cup win over Tigres UANL, with the deal then completed following his medical and paperwork this week. Now let's get on to cricket. Not the best news for New Zealand, as their skipper Tom Latham will miss the second test against Zimbabwe in Bulawayo. That was after failing to recover from a shoulder injury. So Mitch Satner, who of course led the side to a 9-wicket win in the opener, he'll continue as captain. And middle order batter Bevan Jacobs then has been called up as cover, with coach Rob Walter calling Latham's absence, quote, hugely disappointing. And I think the fans certainly agree. Now let's get on to the tennis news that I would imagine has got tennis players very excited. This year's US Open will feature a record-breaking $90 million prize fund, a 20% increase from the 2024 $75 million. So men's and women's singles champions will each pocket $5 million. That's up from the $3.6 million. And organisers have boosted payouts across all rounds, expanded singles to 15 days, and then introduced a revamped mixed doubles event ahead of the main draw. And that runs from the 24th of this month up until the 7th of September. A little more skin in the game. We love that. And then, of course, we've got a lot in the game when it comes to golf coming up. Golf RSA has announced 2 very strong squads for the 2025 World Amateur Team Championships in Singapore this October. So Kira van Kern, Megan Streicher and Bobby Brown will all compete for the Espirito Santo Trophy, chasing South Africa's 2006 title success. We can do it again. Then in the Eisenhower Trophy, Christian Mas returns for his 3rd outing, joined by debutants Daniel Bennett and Charles Barnard. All the best of luck to these young champions. Well, that's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. We'll delve a little bit later into some Curry Cup and get into those news headlines on the top of the hour. But right now, brand new day on this Klein Vrydag. Let's see how the weather's treating us.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's get into your weather for the first time this morning, where the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 3 warning for severe thunderstorms in Limpopo. Now, most of Mpumalanga also is included, as well as the central to northern Gauteng. I expect travel disruptions, localized flooding, small hail and wind damage. Very cold conditions with light snow are forecast over the high-lying areas of the Eastern Cape, as well as parts of Gauteng. Now, in the Northern Cape, motorists are urged to drive cautiously as heavy rain impacts road safety, particularly in Namakwa and Francisbart. Authorities warn against crossing flooded roads, or even bridges, with conditions expected to improve later this morning. Let's get into that sunrise view of the hour after a bit of a chilly update. This one's sent from the Transkei, Angela. Oh, Angela, like an angel from above, you have sent the most gorgeous view painted by God himself. My goodness, the wonderful tree, the silhouette of that against the pre-day, pre-dawn, pre-sun moment happening there with the purples and the beautiful, beautiful, as Aral would say, pre-burn hitting the clouds is absolutely gorgeous. I hope that you frame this picture, and it definitely is going on our Hall of Fame right here in studio. You can also get in touch with us, though, 063-036-9649, and we hope that you too have a beautiful morning view that you can share with us. For now, let's get into your temperatures for the rest of this Thursday.
Oh, absolutely love that sunrise view. Yes, the sun will come up again and we will embrace the day. Why? Because we are feeling empowered. And I wanted to ask you, because we have had the most incredible run of ladies stepping into the space to just change my paradigm this Women's Month. But it kind of begs the question why we don't do this every day.
We really should. I mean, yesterday we spoke about that on the couch too. It shouldn't just be August, but it should be a daily practice of celebrating women and spotlighting them. But give us the opportunity to do it today. Trailblazing women at that as well. We'll touch base with a couple of them in just a little bit. And then I have a feeling we need to get into the kitchen because I woke up hungry.
I'm trying to figure this one out. It's buffalo chipotle sliders.
Wait, what?
So chipotle kind of flavor profile. When it comes to buffalo, is that a special sauce? Ooh. Is it the buffalo mozzarella? No, I don't think it is. What do you think?
I do not know. I was going, are we eating buffalo?
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of them because they're sliders. That's the best part. So, yep, get ready to scan that QR code and cook along with us after the break. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's Vibe to the Weekend right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And my beautiful Expresso family was so excited because, of course, this weekend we are celebrating Women's Day. But in Women's Month, we know that celebrating women is all about celebrating passion, persistence, as well as, of course, just all of the beautiful things that comes with being a woman. But today we get to celebrate trailblazers. I'm talking about two ladies who are absolutely killing it in their respective industries, rather. And today I absolutely know that you're going to walk away inspired. Why? One is someone who is an entrepreneur along with a philanthropist, and of course he is somebody who has absolutely taken Bloemfontein and South Africa by storm with the beautiful platform that she has, which is Digital Sheroes, and none other than Bloem Girls Rock. Yes. The other also with a digital platform, it is Boss Babes of South Africa. I'm talking about Connie Moodley. She is the queen that has come through and given us a voice in terms of the Boss Babes who are taking over 100%, but she's also a chartered accountant. Alongside her, of course, is Mag Shivanda. And today, everyone, I'm so excited that we get to celebrate these women. Let's give them a feel-good welcome. Beautiful ladies, how are you?
We are good. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you.
Yes.
Ladies, I want us to jump right into it because I know you're going to go and be busy ladies today. So let's take all the time with you that we can.
Okay.
Mags, I want to start with you. I mean,
Yes.
your journey from Bloemfontein to now having one of the most incredible platforms.
Yes.
And of course, just allowing people to be able to, you know, really break out of their circumstances.
Yes.
Talk to us about what really made you take the leap into this journey that you're on.
So I started my company, Digital Shero. We're actually turning 10 this year.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we have our head offices in Hyde Park. I have a team in Bloemfontein, of course,
Amazing.
Cape Town and Nairobi, Kenya. So it is a digital marketing agency. I started it 10 years ago when the spike of online marketing was starting in South Africa. I knew I had to jump onto that train. Yeah.
And you started very quickly.
Yes,
You
yes,
saw
yes.
the vision, man.
Yes, thank you so
I
much.
love
because
that.
when COVID happened,
Yeah.
the company was ready, so it was amazing. That's why women are such visionary, hey?
And they really are. They
Yeah.
really are. Another visionary right next to you.
Of course.
140,000 women. I mean, not all of them are women, but it's a platform.
I'm one
that
of
is,
them.
Me too. So am I. So am I. We're Boss Babes of South Africa. Thank you.
Exactly.
Connie, you know, it really is something that is so special, just being able to celebrate women each and every day. I think that's why we resonate with it so much. But talk to us about how it is exactly that you think you've resonated with so many women across the country.
Boss Babes of South Africa has recently turned 5 years.
Wow.
And 140,000 followers across LinkedIn and Instagram as well.
Wow.
I think really I saw a need for us to create a proudly South African brand.
Yes.
I am a South African optimist. I love everything about this country. And I felt like we needed something that could resonate and that the women of South Africa could relate to.
Yes, and you've done that so beautifully, I must say. And ladies, I also love the fact that you guys really are about pouring into others. So Bloem Girls Rock, I mean, that's genuinely something that is a passion project for
Yes,
you, Max.
100%, yeah.
Talk to us about how this really fuels your purpose.
It's one of the reasons I wake up in the morning outside of my children, you know, because I know that I have something to do. I have kids that are looking up to me.
Yes.
And I have corporates that are looking to sponsor us and do stuff. So, like, even on my hardest days, when I don't feel like getting up, the fact that I live a purposeful life and I have so many people that I have impacted in so many ways gives me a reason to really just keep going, even when the things are really, really, really tough. So I really appreciate it, especially when things are tough for me and things are not going my way, because my life is so purposeful, I get to then wake up and try to do something about it. So
I love it.
It really, really is helpful. So if you really are trying to find your way, maybe I would really encourage people to really help people out there that might give you a meaning, some sort of a meaning to your life, and find ways to do things.
A sense of purpose,
Yes,
even
yeah.
just giving back.
Yeah.
I love that. And Connie, I mean, I feel like you're someone who genuinely has so many philosophies that just really run your life and even the platform that you have. One of them is pain into purpose. Talk to us a bit about this, or rather turning pain into power, forgive me. You know, let's get into it where you've really seen this kind of come to life. You know, do you have any stories that have just really resonated with that?
Yes, actually, I mentor a lot of young chartered accountants.
Yes.
And I think it's so, empowering to be able to help them on their journey. When they enter a new corporate space, sometimes it can be very tough. And I think especially for women of color, it sometimes is very tough when you enter an environment and you're faced with elements that you sometimes don't expect. And my, passion has been to empower these young professionals, to support them to be able to, fit in, to maneuver the corporate world, and really to excel in the spaces that they find themselves in.
Ah, ladies, I love the fact that you guys are just not just thriving on your own. You want the other ladies to thrive with
Yes,
you.
of
Come
course.
on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what being a boss babe is about.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Gain into power, baby, and honestly just helping out where you can.
Yes.
Ladies, I'm so glad you're not going anywhere because we want to continue celebrating you. And Mzansi, you got to make sure that you stick around because we're still going to be getting into some of the stories of these incredible women who are genuinely just such pillars to their communities. And we cannot wait to do that with you. For now, though, my Cape Town family, what's going on that side?
Oh, my gorgeous friend, there's hype, man. There's so much hype. They had to create a whole awards for it, okay? The hype awards, no, they matter. And if you understand, you understand. And if you work for Design Me, an awesome hair care brand that, yes, is creating a lot of hype, you will certainly understand. But Ayanda's going to give us the inside scoop.
Oh, I can't wait to include more in terms of my hair routine.
Sorry to interrupt you. Has Zanele won a hype award yet?
She needs to win a hype
Is she allowed,
award. She
please?
is the hype girl, especially in yellow, which actually reminds me of Takalani Sesame.
Yeah.
She fits right in, and I can't wait for them to join a Big Bird, the Cookie Monster, and the crew. It's going to be so much fun. Tell Alma we say hello. We'll get into that straight after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, we're already having such a beautiful morning here on S3. And of course we are. Friend, we're celebrating women. Come on. And some of the most incredible ladies are sitting right next to me. Kavni Moodley of Boss Babe South Africa, forgive me, along with none other than the beautiful Mag Shivanda, who is incredible from her digital Sheroes platform. And these beautiful ladies are genuinely just really leading the pack. But more than anything else, they are bringing others along with them. My ladies, we're so glad we get to celebrate you this morning. But I want to come to you, Kavni, because I feel like Boss Babe South Africa, like you said, celebrating 5 years. It's so big, but it's also with Share Sisonke. Talk to us today just about what this really means for women's businesses in South Africa.
Absolutely. I think it's all about giving back, especially now in 2025. It's about celebrating others.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, collaboration over competition, because somewhere along the line, we as women have been conditioned that we need to put ourselves against each other.
Sure, true.
And Share Sisonke is a learning platform. It is an upskilling platform. And, you know, I've just been so grateful to have selfless industry experts come forward and lend their skills to the platform. So we're really focusing a large amount of content on the platform now, with women coming through, even men coming through, and, you know, sharing skills across marketing, PR, finance, budgeting, and really turning it almost into an educational learning platform for everyone.
I love that. What I enjoy most about your platforms is that they're not just platforms, but they're rather communities.
That's it.
It sounds like people just helping each other along, and you need communities to be able to get further and further. But talking about going further, Mags, you've worked with local brands and international brands.
Yes, I did.
And there are so many different projects that you've worked on.
Yeah.
But what's that one project where you're like, okay, this one made me feel like this is why I do what I do?
We recently worked with Trevor Noah.
Look at his face.
I don't know if anyone remember the campaign where Trevor had said that there's people always asking questions about South Africa. And he made a joke. Yes, digital Shiro.
Wow.
Yeah, so what made me super proud is that that campaign was a global campaign. It wasn't really focusing on South Africans. We were focusing on people from outside of in the world to visit us. So it did so well. Like when you looked at the impact that we've done in like China, in Brazil, the tourism is doing so well. People are coming to South Africa.
Wow.
So it's one of those things that I'm truly proud of. We won so many awards. Even Google recognized us as an agency to do work with.
Wow.
And yeah, so I'm really proud of our small agency.
Girl, it's not small. If you're working with Trevor Noah, it's not small at all. That's incredible.
Thank you so much.
That is amazing.
Thank
that
you.
is the beautiful thing about your platforms, ladies, is that they're growing daily.
Yes.
And Kavni, I mean, girl, I don't know if you know just how much you are in charge of keeping women inspired around this country with Boss Babe South Africa. And honestly, I'm sitting here going, listen, I think it's such a difficult job to do. How do you keep all of us engaged? How do you keep all of us going, oh, yes, amazing, incredible?
I think I just draw on my own life experience, my own lived experiences, and that of the community around me.
Yes.
I think that is how you keep content relatable, you know, finding out about the challenges that people are going through.
Yeah.
And making sure that the content that you're putting out there is somewhat inspiring, aligned to that challenge that we're going through.
Yeah.
I think, you know, sometimes we scroll through social media and we just see everyone's so-called perfect lives. It's not at all like that. Behind the scenes, there's a lot going on in everyone's lives. And I think it's so important to be bringing, you know, topics to the platform like mental health, which is something that I'm really passionate about, GBV, and, you know, topics that we often don't want to speak about. But I feel like in the South African context, we need to.
100%. And I'm glad that we have platforms that genuinely understand that. We need to have those tough conversations.
Absolutely.
But Mags, I want to really just jump into some advice, because I feel like there are always young people who are looking up to ladies like you that kind of just really want to know how, where, what, you know? So what is the most common advice that you give to young women, particularly who want to start something of their own?
I wish someone told me when I actually started my company to believe in and trust and believe in myself as much. Like, I feel like the whole journey of the whole 10 years where I am now is the fact that I'm like, I should have trusted my vision a long time ago. You know, so that voice that you have inside of you, trust it, you know, how I employ people.
Yeah.
When I have a funny feeling and I'm like, no, maybe they mean well, because I did not trust that feeling I had, it always backfires, you know. The ideas that I have that I'm like, oh my God, maybe I should, and then I don't. Like, I wish I did that, you know. So I think I've said that women are visionaries, and if you trust yourself enough, you'll know how, like, you will know that you are a visionary. You know, so I think if we can, I wish I spoke to myself like this 10 years ago, and I wish that if anyone who's listening now, and you don't have to wish that someone has said this to you a long time ago, just
Trust yourself.
Let's
trust ourselves, ladies.
Just don't forget who you are.
I love
and
that.
Just trust yourself.
Beautiful. Kovni, just one sentence, a piece of advice to all of the young ladies out there.
For me, it's about, you know, living in your passion and purpose. And I am someone that is multifaceted.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage women to not just feel like you have to be put in a certain path. If you're a CA or you're following a professional path, that's one aspect of your life.
Yeah.
But I believe that as human beings, different things that we bring into our life bring us different levels of joy.
Yeah.
And really, that's what I want to put out there, is that if you have a passion and a purpose, it doesn't mean you've got to leave your job. It just means that you've got to incorporate it into your life to live a fulfilling and content life.
Beautiful. Ladies.
So nice.
Listen, you know what I love about this advice is that it's coming from ladies who are literally living exactly what they're saying.
Yes.
So thank you for that. And congratulations on all of the success with your beautiful platforms, along with the path that you're on, ladies. You're inspiring so many.
Thank you for having us.
so much.
Of course. We got Sheroes with us right over here. One from Digital Sheroes and then one from Boss Babes. So bosses as well, okay? It's ladies who are taking over. And like I said earlier on, they're not just forging a path, they are taking others along with them, which is what we absolutely love. That's what womanhood is about. And that is why it's the best way to celebrate Women's Month as we celebrate Women's Day this weekend. Oh, my beautiful Cape Town family, tell me, are you not just feeling inspired right now?
Oh, my ray of sunshine. I'm feeling so inspired. Shout out to those women doing the absolute most. And if you are a woman, you'll know that good hair, good mood needs to be on repeat over and over again. And that is exactly why our girl Ayanda popped into Woolworths out in Menlyn Park to explore the hype behind the award-winning hair care brand Design Me. And trust us, it's more than just pretty packaging, okay? It really does pack a punch. So let's take a look.
Woolworths has recently expanded into the hair care space, introducing us to professional-grade brands that deliver salon-quality finishes at home. One of these brands is Design Me, which is a clean, high-performance Canadian hair care brand that is all about individuality and self-expression. We're at Woolworths in Menlyn Park and we're talking all things Design Me. Please tell us more about this brand.
It was created by husband and wife, Amy and Safid, as well as 2 other business partners. Amy came over with 18 years of experience being a hairstylist, and Safid brought his experience from being in operations and distribution. The 4 of them identified a need for innovative packaging, and this led to the creation of the first Puff Me volumizing powder, which was the first volumizing powder in a pump bottle. So that was in 2017, and now we have a full range of shampoos, conditioners, treatments, as well as styling aids.
Hannes, you are the educator on all things Design Me, which means you are our go-to person for information. Now, the brand prides itself on individuality and self-expression. How does it support it through its products?
It's definitely the variety. I think there's a product for absolutely everyone in the range, no matter what your hair type is, no matter what your need is. So there's the Puff Me range, which gives us volume and bounce. There's a Gloss Me range, which gives us that lovely hydration and shine and luxury feel. There's the Bounce Me range, which is amazing for all our curly girls. And we have our Hold Me, which is all our styling aids, going to lock the hair into place.
Now, for a person that's just been introduced to your brand, which products would you suggest that they start with?
So I have this little one in my hand here. It's called Puff Me. It's actually the product that started the brand. So Puff Me is volume in a bottle. Literally goes onto the hair and creates instant volume without the need for heat, without the need for a lot of product or backcombing. It just gives us texture and volume instantly.
Oh, that is absolutely incredible. Now I see you've been doing the gorgeous Savannah's hair. You've come a long way. What have you done to get here, and what do you plan on doing for the rest of the styling?
So we've prepped her hair with the Puff Me shampoo and conditioner to give it a nice bounce and body. Then I prepped my curls with the volumizing styler, also from Puff Me. And now I'm just going to apply a Gloss Me serum, which is going to give us a lovely gloss, hydration, and a nice finish to the hair.
What customers can expect when they come to our stand is a variety of all hair care products that have been specifically curated for all hair types and styling needs. We are so proud to partner with a retailer that has the same values and passions for conscious beauty. Our entire range is made up of no sulfates, no parabens, cruelty-free, 100% vegan formulations, all packaged in a sustainable packaging.
With Design Me, clean ingredients means high-performance formulas, giving you hair that feels as good as it looks. Get good results on repeat with Design Me, now available at Wilbert's Beauty in-store, online, or on the app.
Oh, that's right, girl. Let me tell you, that sign that said self-care isn't selfish is something that we have to shout from the rooftops. And we also want you to elevate your hair routine with professional-grade hair care products designed to give you that salon-level hair without any harmful chemicals, of course. So shop Design Me at Woolworths Beauty. As Ayanda said, it's available in selected stores, online, and of course on the app.
Welcome back to the kitchen. You can see I'm already doing a happy dance. Why? Because I now understand what we are making this morning. Surprisingly, we don't actually have a buffalo here. No buffaloes were harmed in the making of our buffalo sliders. And there is a chipotle flavor that is bursting. We are turning up the heat and diving into some serious flavor with these buffalo chipotle sliders. We couldn't even find little slider rolls. Don't worry, we've made a plan. Smoky, spicy, and totally addictive. You're going to need a lot. And these little burgers, they pack a punch and are perfect for game day snacks, weekend braais, basically anytime. In fact, right now for breakfast, you can have one. When the craving bites, you bite back. Are you ready?
Yes.
You are so hardcore these days. I don't know where this comes from.
Especially in the kitchen, you know what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
you've just taken over. So we are making something absolutely amazing. As you can see, no buffalo.
No buffaloes.
Needed,
I don't know if I'm disappointed or not,
I
but
figured
let's
it
go.
out. So Chef Jay explained to me, traditionally, and I think people might have a kind of different version here and there, the buffalo comes from the smoky chipotle when you mix it with the barbecue.
Ooh, I
think
see
those
Miso
American
there.
kind of smokehouse, steakhouse
Ooh, that's
kind of
good.
vibes, hey? Really nice. So it's going to
yummy.
have a bit of a kick. Chipotle we love because it leans into the smoky. I think they most often will smoke a chipotle chili. Not too hardcore, absolutely
So it's
beautiful.
not too spicy, but it's got the smoky spice.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. And I
got
think
you.
a great flavor development. So it's
That's
one of those things you can kind of lean on that and create the beautiful flavor profile without having to cook for 9 hours.
That's true.
So we've got our shredded chicken here. And I also asked the brilliant Chef Jay, what's the best mode to get the shred? And he recommended, and this might be a great hack for reviving your chicken if you think you've pushed it too far and it starts to get
Yes.
stringy,
Yeah.
low and slow in some water. So first sear it off.
Wait, what?
Okay, and obviously we're using breast here. Sear it off, then low and slow in some water. And if you have pushed your chicken, you think too far and it's gotten stringy like that, you can revive it in the same way.
Oh my gosh, that
Go
is
all
incredible.
in. So what we're going to be doing here is we've got the butter, more better.
That's true.
And we've also saved a little bit of butter for a bit of a garlic
the
butter,
garlic.
just a little
Yum.
drizzle. So we're going to
So
mix in our
indulgent.
barbecue and our chipotle.
Into here?
Into there.
Got you.
Seeing as it is the only pan, I think
I think this is the one.
and I like this. I like funky sauces. I've been kind of going down the steakhouse route. I'm enjoying smoky flavors. It can be quite a lot, so you've got to balance things out. But there is a marriage made in heaven.
Because there's a sweetness in the barbecue and then the spice of the other sauce.
Now, when do we often use a sweet preserve with something savory? With our cheese.
Our cheese boards. We made one
Exactly.
yesterday.
So the tangy, the sweet works beautifully with the cheese. There's a reason why we like a chutney with the cheese. So once that mixed through, we can add our chicken right in there. And I like the idea of, you can add that into here, I think. Whatever you think is going to get the most liberal covering of sauce.
There you go.
There we go.
And
don't hold back, because this must be...
It's super saucy.
It must be. And it must be squishy and delicious, and you must pull it apart.
Kind of like a sloppy Joe.
Very much so. I would imagine this is exactly how it was made. And if you want to get sloppy in your own kitchen right now, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you to a page where you can find all of the recipes in real time so you can cook along with us. Okay. So we've got the base of our rolls, and we've chosen these rolls because I like the idea of often you're left with less than enough for what you would think would constitute a meal. You know?
like random 3 rolls in the cupboard, that's it.
And if you don't have the sliders, and I think it's great, you can even get like a half-cooked sheet of rolls, halve those for that pull-apart. Great. If not, just put them close together. Okay, so let's put some crickets, some crickets, some chicken,
from buffaloes.
No, I promise you, no buffaloes or crickets were harmed in the making of this recipe. There we go. And you see what I'm saying? If you keep it all in the middle, then you're going to create a tower of joy and sloppiness.
That's true.
That you can just dig into and pull apart.
The sloppier, the better.
Perfect. And you can go overboard. Then a bit of the cheese. When I say a bit, I mean a lot.
Everyone gets a little cheese top.
I like it. And you can make this en masse. Think of this as a great kind of game day entree or even like your main course. It is all so lovely and easy to make. Then you're going to pop the rolls on and give them a little bit of a drizzle with our garlic butter.
Stop it. That looks incredible.
And in just moments...
Wow.
Look at that.
That looks delicious.
And then you just grab and pull apart. I'm not going to ruin it now. This needs to be on the gram. I'm sorry, that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, because if you didn't put it on Instagram, did you do it?
Did it even actually happen?
Did it even happen?
And that's how you make our gorgeous chipotle buffalo sliders. Hopefully yours will look as spectacular. You can start taking pictures right now. Get posting after the break. We'll take a look. And of course, keep scanning that QR code if you want to cook along. We'll see you now. Wow.
Okay, let me grab my phone and take a picture. Incredible.
Hey, look at the little crispy bits.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, my beautiful Expresso family. Can you see the excitement in my face this morning? Yes, we're celebrating women, but we're also celebrating something that raised us and continues to raise children all over South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm talking about Takalani Sesame. It is such a beautiful thing to be able to say they are 25 years down the line, having made children stronger, kinder, smarter even, and having won the 2021 Best Children's Program at the SAFTers. That award was something that really cemented just the incredible incredible work that they've been doing and being nominated in 2023 as well. Along with all of that, it is genuinely just so gorgeous to be able to see just how children have really been impacted by what Takalani Sesame has been doing. And this is why today we get to meet two ladies who are in fact at the helm of allowing this beautiful show to grow and just become the great, great mastermind that it is when it comes to children's education. So everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. I am talking about the Sesame Workshop International SAMD. It is Dr. Onyi Nwaneri. And then, of course, it is the SABC Education Head. It is none other than Jackie Hlongwane. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome. And then here is Kami, everybody. My goodness. Kami, are you good today, my baby?
I'm super duper cool, and I'm happy to see you, Auntie Sanele.
Oh, my baby, we're so happy to see you. Okay, Kami, I'm going to quickly ask the adults about you and how great you've been doing, okay? Is that fine?
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine. Jackie and Onyi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies, 25 years, no small feat at all. But Jackie, let's jump on into, you know, just what it is that Takalani Sesame has been doing when we talk about children's education in South Africa.
Incredible. It's such an incredible milestone.
Yes.
25 years of Takalani Sesame.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a groundbreaking show. It came at a time in South Africa where we were still transitioning into the new South Africa.
Yes.
And there was nothing like it. There was nothing for young kids where they could sit and watch good content that really equipped them for the future. So we were really intentional about how we created the show, that it had to be wholesome, it had to be representative.
Yes.
Children needed to see themselves on screen, they needed to hear their languages. Remember, they're also still learning a language, so they had to learn in their mother tongue, their African languages before any other language. It had to be inclusive, it had to be diverse, but it also had to be well-researched, right? And be based on the educational pedagogy and really be wholesome content. So as SABC and SABC Education, we're really, really proud to have been part of this journey together with Sesame Workshop, the Department of Education, broadcasting the shows on SABC 1, 2, and 3. So it's a really proud moment for us.
And I've always said that Takalani Sesame, ultimate babysitters, ultimate babysitters.
Absolutely.
You can trust them with your kids. Your kids will actually come back a little bit smarter, actually. But Onyi, you know, there's so many things that you guys have been up to, the things that you've been doing. Let's jump on into some of these milestones that you guys have really hit over the last 25 years. What really sticks out for you?
Yeah, it's been amazing 25 years. As you know, Sesame Workshop works at the intersection of education, media, and research. And over the last 25 years, we have transitioned from not just being on television, because we know that majority of South African children are still on television, especially in rural areas, as well as radio as well. We've also looked at digital. As we emerge into the digital arena, we needed to make sure that children can also access educational content on their phones. We have looked at, you know, also WhatsApp as a solution in terms of ensuring that we can support parents and educators to be able to access resources, tips and tricks, ask questions, and more or less give them everything they need at their fingertips. But we're very excited that over the last 25 years, we have helped children deal with whatever South Africa was dealing with. When South Africa was dealing with HIV/AIDS, we were there. When we were big on Ubuntu, and still are, we were there. When we talk about identity, self and belonging, when we talk about things that are really critical to advancing our unity as a country, our culture, our ability to make children to be smarter, stronger, but most importantly, kinder. We transitioned throughout the history of South Africa's democracy.
Beautiful. Ladies, I love the passion that you speak with. It comes out in your work, and it comes out in us getting to have besties like Kami. Kami, my baby, I want to ask you, 25 years down the line, what's been your favorite part of being on Sesame?
Me, only 5 years old. But what I can tell you, what I love about being at Takalani Sesame is that we learn to understand our emotions and our feelings and how to calm yourself when you feel anxious. Do you want to try it?
Let's try it, my baby.
Okay. You hold your belly like this.
Okay. Holding my belly. Yes.
Yeah. And then chest out.
Chest out. Yeah.
And then you take a deep breath like this. In, out. How do you feel?
I feel calmer, my Kami.
Oh,
yes. Thank you. Kami, you are so smart. I can tell you're part of Takalani Sesame. My goodness. Oh, my word. My Kami, I'm coming back to you, okay? So hold tight for me. But Onye, I want us to talk about future plans. What can we expect from Takalani Sesame?
First of all, I just want to acknowledge Kami's understanding that a lot of who we are as human beings are emotionals. We are first emotional human beings before we think with our head. So some of the programs we have run in the last couple of 2 years now, is we've looked at how do we help families to deal with their feelings, children, adults to deal with their feelings. But we also looked at fathers, the role of fathers in society. We recognize that a child's development is accelerated when a father is involved. Yes. We started running a father engagement campaign, and we want to continue to do it until we see more fathers actively involved in their children's lives. But we're also looking at things like nature and climate change. We have been devastated across the continent by issues of climate change. So we want to teach children how you take care of nature. Yes. That's what's coming up. Another thing we're looking at is digital well-being and AI. Yes, we know children are on their phones, but we also need them to be wholesome, like Jackie said. So we want to look at digital well-being, but we also want to teach children around AI. And the last is we're looking at two last things. One is, so 80% of South African children cannot read for meaning. We want to increase our literacy content, our foundational skills, numeracy content, so that more and more children can go to school by grade 1 ready, and by grade 4 read for meaning. And then the last one is really around prevention of sexual reproductive rights. We're sitting in a country where every second, every minute we see women raped or suffer domestic violence, but also children. We've seen in the last couple of weeks on the news, children kidnapped, dead, raped. We want to teach children more about safety. How can they protect themselves? How can they raise a hand if they think something is wrong? So yeah, there's a lot going on. Watch this
you
space.
guys have got so many different plans. I love it so much. Jackie, one word to describe the last 25 years.
Absolutely groundbreaking, incredible, and impactful television.
I love that. I love that. Ladies, thank you so much. Kami, one word from you, my baby, to describe the last 5 years of life. One word.
One word to say. May you say that again?
One word to describe the last 5 years on Takalani Sesame. What has it been for you?
Oh, it has been so much fun.
I love that.
You know what's the best thing?
Yes.
Is that I exercised.
Yes, baby. Yeah, boy. You exercise with Kami. Yeah. Kami, I love the fact that you dance as well, my angel. So thank you so much, my love. And please keep being a superstar, okay, my Kami?
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Mzansi, 25 years of Takalani Sesame, and it is all about, like you heard, making kids smarter, stronger, and of course, just like Kami, kinder. It is one thing to be able to see just exactly how much fun we can have, but also how we can grow educationally and so much more, even in terms of our emotions, as you heard today. It's always so lovely to be with you, Mzansi, and you got to make sure you do not go anywhere. We still got so much more right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Cape TZ, Foshizi, what's happening, my friends?
I'll tell you right now, like this pan going on hot flame, we are jumping on a viral TikTok food trend that has been making mouths water across the globe, and certainly here down south. It's called cowboy butter steak cubes with creamy mash and caramelized onions. Yep, ticking every box. Flavor packed dish is bold, it's buttery, and it's absolutely irresistible. Super easy to make. Perfect comfort food with a bit of a cowboy attitude. So as you can see, I know I use the term leaning into a lot, but it kind of describes what we're doing so well. We're leaning into those American smokehouse barbecue, you know, that kind of vibe, and we like it. Lots of flavors with a bit of sweet, a bit of salty, a bit of spice. Love it. So we've got our cubes. Only thing here being beef, room temperature. You've got to. You want the tendons to release. It's not quite kind of steak quality meat. Quick and fast, you've got to do it. You want the meat fibers to be as relaxed as possible.
Just chilling out.
Just chilling
Having
out,
a good time.
So no low and slow for this baby. We are going boom, in and out, and then you're on butter duty, girl.
I'm on butter duty, yes. Let me switch the butter pan on. We're over here. And this is essentially what makes it a cowboy dish. It is the butter. Like you say, more butter, more better.
The cowboy butter.
Exactly. So
Just
we go
watch the
in
spitting oil
with
on
our
your
butter.
hand.
I'll try. And then we go in with a bunch of flavors. We've got paprika. We've got cayenne pepper. So you can imagine a little bit of heat is coming through as well. I'll cut the lemon in the meantime to break through the richness of the butter. And you have to use the lemon to taste. So for me, half a lemon.
Like a campfire crackling next to you.
for you
Okay,
as
a little
well.
bit of salt and pepper. I mean, if you wanted to go the route with a, like you would normally do with a steak, of salting your meat beforehand while you're leaving it out to get to room temperature, I don't think it's going to do anything wrong. But I think the whole value of this meal is quick and it's easy. You know, we've gone as far as buying the pre-prepared meat as well.
I can't wait for us to put it together because we're serving it with mashed potato. What a combination.
Oh, and a beautiful, beautiful mash. And we've added a lot of butter to our mash.
Yep.
Because I think you have to. It says
You
in the
have
rule
to.
book. If you open up to that page,
Half
butter,
a brick of butter.
half a brick of butter. It's
Yeah.
there. It's in plain
I've
sight.
seen that before. Okay, Dijon mustard, some chili flakes, some garlic is going in there as well. And then, of course, we've got our lemon. I'm going to go with half a lemon. You could go with as little or as much as you want.
No, I
but
know it's-
definitely going to bring in the flavor.
It's, again, balanced, girl. Hey?
Balance.
You really have become a very well-balanced individual.
Oh, I appreciate
in the
that.
kitchen.
I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit here.
Oh, look at this. So we're getting a nice little browning on our tubes there, and that's pretty much all we need. I would even go as far as turning it off once you've turned most of those pieces and just let the residual heat do its thing.
Ooh, look at the browning on that meat.
I know. And obviously all red meat, even this kind of quite lean, has quite a high natural fat content, which is
That's
essential
true.
for breaking down the protein within our bodies. So
Yep.
don't be shy of a little bit of that animal fat that complements the protein, but it's also the flavor of the meat.
Yeah, it does. And don't
So
forget
just
any of
enjoy
the
it.
flavor in the pan either.
Oh.
We're going to use all
Are we
of
going to
that.
descale this
Oh,
pan?
we are going to descale it.
Oh no, that's late night TV, okay? The descaling only happens in the grown-up show. Deglazing, that's it. Deglazing
The pan.
the pan. I think
this
normally
pan's
you would
quite
use some
heavy.
red wine or something to do that, which we're not going to do. Okay, that looks perfect. I'm going to turn that off and let the residual heat do the job.
Yummy. All right. So then let's get into it.
Whoa.
I'm going to start the plating process. We're going in with our delicious buttery mashed potato.
Oh.
And you could use a flat plate for this, or you could use something like this that will catch all the juices. So we're going to go in.
And I'm not shy of a pre-made mash.
Yeah. I'm not
I
mad at
don't
that.
have 9 hours to be peeling potatoes and boiling them and mashing them and doing all of that. When you've got someone else creating, oh, we need some onions. Ooh, look at that.
Okay, I'm going to get this for you.
Wow.
Oh, the caramelization is incredible.
Oh, look at that.
Yummy. Okay, and then comes our meat.
I like the choice of bowl for plating. I know you could have gone a different route.
Right.
But I think that looks absolutely, I'm not going to overload it.
Don't overload it.
I just
a
want
little bit,
it to
maybe
look
one more.
amazing.
Oh,
One more.
one more. Oh, that was actually the pièce de résistance. And then we go in with our sauce. Can you hold that? That's very heavy.
I got it.
Okay.
All right, so you will see whenever we are cooking, a QR code pops up onto your screen. Scan it, you'll be taken to all of our gorgeous recipes and you can cook along with us. We've got kind of smoky, chipotle, barbecue flavors off the charts today. So if that's your flavor profile and what you like, do a deep dive today. We're going to continue to celebrate Incredible Woman, being Women's Month. Hopefully that this will become a trend every day of the year. It's been absolutely inspirational. And we are going to embrace our klein Vrydag with meals like this. What a brilliant option for a midweek meal.
That's inspirational right there.
See you now.
That looks
Let's feel like
good.
eating.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. With just 2 minutes after 7 o'clock, let's get into the second hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, we do that by starting off with your national news headlines. We're following the brutal murders of 2 women in Vosman, Mpumalanga. Save South Africa has renewed calls to reinstate the death penalty. Now, the civil societies group's president, Sydney Monagotla, says the state is failing to protect lives, especially amid rising gender-based violence and child murders. One of the women was allegedly killed by her boyfriend. Now, Save South Africa believes the death penalty should be reconsidered for particularly severe crimes to restore justice and deter violent offenders. In other news in the country, South Africa has voiced concern over Eswatini's decision to house 5 U.S. convicts, including murderers and child rapists, whose home countries declined to take them back. Now, the prisoners, held under diplomatic arrangements, have sparked alarm across the region. Eswatini says the move strengthens ties with the U.S. and denies the prisoners pose any threat. However, South African officials are wary of setting a precedent that could see more international criminals entering the region under similar deals. Now let's take a look at your international newsmaking headlines, where Hiroshima yesterday marked 80 years since the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on the city, killing 140,000 people and devastating its landscape. Now, with survivors now mostly over 86 years old, this may be their final major commemoration. A second U.S. bomb struck Nagasaki days later, killing 70,000. Japan surrendered on the 15th of August, 1945, ending World War II and its near 50-year military aggression in Asia. Hiroshima's mayor warned of rising acceptance of nuclear weapons and military buildups, urging younger generations to reject policies with horrific, inhumane consequences. Meanwhile, in news on the continent, Ghana is in mourning after Defense Minister Edward Boma and Environment Minister Ibrahim Mohammed died in a helicopter crash, along with 6 others. Now, the military aircraft went off radar en route from Accra to Obuasi. Former Agriculture Minister Al-Hajj Mohammed and 3 aircrew also perished. Now, the cause currently remains unknown. President Nana Akufo-Addo has ordered flag flown at half-mast in honor of what officials describe as a national tragedy and irreplaceable loss. Closing up with this story, while sticking in the continent, in the misty mountains of Rwanda, female gorillas are quietly rewriting the rules of friendship. Now, new research reveals that when these gentle giants move to new groups, they often seek out familiar faces, often females they bonded with in the past. Even after years apart, they remember and gravitate towards their old companions. Now, scientists tracked 56 females over 2 decades and found that emotional connections, not just genetics, guided their social choices. Now, these heartfelt reunions soften the challenges of starting over in unfamiliar groups and show just how deeply gorilla friendships do matter. And it turns out, even in the wild, old friends are golden. I love that the sisterhood carries across all species across the world. That is where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's get into your latest sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's dive right in with some big news from a Tottenham Hotspur perspective, and very much so for America. Tottenham have now confirmed Son Heung-min's permanent transfer to Los Angeles FC, and that's for an MLS record signing, $26 million. That's £19.5 million. The 33-year-old departs Spurs after a decade at the club, and a very successful decade for the player, reuniting now with his ex-teammate, in fact, Hugo Lloris at LAFC, who sit 6th in the Western Conference as we speak. And Son attended Tuesday's League Cup win over Tigres UANL, with the deal then completed following his medical and paperwork this week. Now, we move on to cricket. Not the best news for New Zealand. Skipper Tom Latham will sadly miss the second test up against Zimbabwe in Bulawayo. That was after failing to recover from his shoulder injury. So Mitch Satner, who led the side to that 9-wicket win in the opener, he'll continue as captain. The middle order batter, Bevan Jacobs, he's been called up as cover, with coach Rob Walter calling Latham's absence, quote, hugely disappointing, and I'm sure the fans agree. Now we move on to tennis. This one not so much for the fans, but for the players themselves. This year's US Open will feature a record-breaking $90 million prize fund, a 20% increase from 24's $75 million pool. So men's and women's singles champions will each pocket $5 million, up from the $3.6 million last year. Then organizers have also boosted payouts across all rounds, expanded singles to 15 days, and introduced a revamped mixed doubles event ahead of the main draw, and that runs from the 24th rather, of this month up until the 7th of September. So yes, there is a lot more in it for the fans as well. Now let's get into some RSA in our DNA, as Golf RSA has announced two very strong squads for the 2025 World Amateur Team Championships in Singapore this coming October. So Kira van Kan, Megan Stracher and Bobby Brown will compete for the Espirito Santo Trophy, chasing South Africa's 2006 title success, and I think they've got the chops to do it. And then in the Eisenhower Trophy draw, Christian Maas returns for his third outing, and he'll be joined by debutants Daniel Bennett and Charles Barnard. All the best of luck, young'uns. Go and do it again. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour of the show. I think the roads should be up and running from now. Let's see if there are any incidents to report on.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. What are the roads doing this morning out in Cape Town and Athlone? Well, let me break it down for you. There is congestion on the end-to-inbound at Jakes Gerwel ramp. Now, do expect delays and allow for added travel time if you're headed out that way. Let's move over to Gauteng now, out in Fairland, where there is a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound at 14th Avenue. Now, currently the left lane is closed, so please approach with caution and, of course, drive carefully if that is part of your morning commute. That is where we leave your roads for now. Let's check out your weather. Well, in your weather news, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 3 warning for severe thunderstorms in Limpopo, most of Mpumalanga, Highveld, and central to northern Gauteng. Now expect travel disruptions, localized flooding, small hail, and wind damage. Very cold conditions with light snow are forecast over the high-lying areas of the Eastern Cape as well as parts of Gauteng. Now in the Northern Cape, motorists are urged to drive cautiously as heavy rain impacts road safety, particularly in Namakwa and Francis Bart. Authorities warn against crossing flooded roads or bridges, with conditions expected to improve later this morning. And let's check in with that sunrise view for 7 o'clock. And to take us all the way to 8 o'clock this hour, Alberton is shining so incredibly bright. Louise, thank you so much for sharing this with us. I don't know what's happening this week, but it's been the most gorgeous sunrise views that I've seen in a very long time. It kind of has the promise of spring at the horizon. Thank you, Louise, for representing Alberton in the best way. And if you too would like to rep your hood, 0630369649 is how you do that as we get into your temperatures. I always tell you, Mzansi, no matter the weather, as long as we're together, then baby, we get to feel good on your Feel Good Breakfast show. There's still so much to come. We're only 1 hour in. And friend, do you know what that means? There's still a delicious menu to come, okay? And there's so much. It's action-packed, and I cannot wait for us to get into it. But what exactly? Well, we're gearing up for the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. Friend, it is going to be everything and more, and we are getting to chat to some of the people who have actually taken on this marathon before. But why should anyone else get involved? They're going to be telling us. And then
then we're also going to be jumping on into a recipe because we love to get you with that good food. It is a miso pesto penne pasta. Mouthful in more ways than one, thank you very much. You got to make sure you do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break so you can go get some coffee, go use the bathroom, but only 2 minutes because you got to come back, otherwise we'll miss you. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And listen, we're always feeling good when we've got champions in the house. Now, this is the thing. Consistency creates confidence, and confidence creates champions. And champions are found on their morning runs. They're found in community parks. They're found at the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon, my friend. And I'm so excited for us to get into this because we are building up to it, and we know it's going to be huge, as always. But we got a couple of people who actually have some experience when it comes to this. And more than anything else, they are, in fact, all in and ready to get going. And we cannot wait to celebrate them, and let's welcome them officially. Everyone, I am talking about none other than our champions this morning, Sibusiso Beans Basum Tembu, along with Glenda Williams Sekwale, and of course their coach and marathon mentor. It is Kate Murray, everybody. Let's give them a feel-good welcome. Hello, family. How are you guys?
We're good, we're good.
Good, guys. I can't believe you run marathons. It's scary, okay, for people like me who just sit on the couch. However, I like to watch you guys do it, and you're inspiring because I'm even trying to work towards a 5K at some point, right?
Okay.
But only that. Okay.
Love that.
But guys, I want us to jump into it. Glenda, you're someone who runs a women's fitness center, but you're also someone who has taken on the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. Let's talk about why exactly it is that you believe this experience is something that's life-changing for everyone, and maybe even me and anyone at home who hasn't tried it should try it.
So after I came back from Cape Town in October, I was talking to Bianca.
Yes.
And I said to her, you know, girl, you've got to go and you've got to experience this. What Cape Town puts out is just a phenomenal show. From the people who come out to support, from the entertainment that's on the route, from the music that you see. It is, and there's food.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's
now,
good
now
food.
I'm definitely coming in.
Okay,
Now.
there's like so, the food is great. So it's just a kaleidoscope. It's South Africa putting a show for the world that we are here and we need to be taken note of. It's super.
I love that. And I love that you call it a show, because it really is that. It's a huge spectacle.
Oh, yeah.
But Sibusiso, you know, you're somebody who, when getting ready for something like this, and just in general, looking after yourself, you train 5 times a week. You're all about the strength training. You're all about the running. You know, why is it so important that you promote fitness and health in your community?
It is important to promote health and fitness in my community because in the community that I live in, we not have access to the establishments of gyms. So hence the initiative of forming Sunday Crew Health and Fitness that focuses on promoting health and fitness. It's easy accessible for people that come from underprivileged backgrounds. So it's all about creating a community, coming together to socialize, support, and promote health and fitness through any aspect in the location. So Sunday Crew Health and Fitness is there to promote health and fitness across the communities that we live around in. So to promote health is so important because with the medical conditions that we have, and there are people that have chronic illnesses, so it also fights the risk of being a chronic ill patient in future and also prevents the long-term conditions that you might have in the long run.
I like it.
That's why I love health and fitness.
Yes, prevention is better than cure,
Yes,
okay?
that's where I'm going.
And I love the fact that when I introduced
I promise you we weren't just trying to shoot a TikTok video in between with funny glasses on doing like a really weird dance. I promise you nothing like that ever happens in this studio. Please go onto our social pages to have a little look-see at what's been going down today. There is a new video loading and it's great. But right now we want you to think about something else. 580,000 something else's, in fact.
That is a lot of else's. You could win big this Thursday, is all we're saying. So buy your tickets now in store. Head to the website nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, there is cell phone banking, so many ways to win, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
And to make it even easier, on our amazing social pages, you can go and find all of those details. Panda Push a Play, your daily lotto for 580,000 Rand in the jackpot today. Go and get your payday. You deserve it. And it is kind of around payday time, so it just makes sense.
A little bit after, so if your pockets are empty, you know what to do. For now, though, excuse the interruption in the interview. We're going to head right back to Joburg to continue.
Oh, yes, we are indeed. Thank you so much, Cape Town. And my Olympian, Kate Murray, I can't believe that you've represented South Africa not once, but twice at the Olympics. And I feel like that is something you can be so proud of. But of course, I feel like it allows you to have a lot more knowledge than many people. So I have to ask you then, how important is building consistency in getting ready for something like the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon?
Consistency is extremely important. You know, it's the foundation of forming good habits.
Sure.
And when you're taking on a challenge like the Cape Town Marathon, to be able to maintain your training, you have to be consistent. And consistency doesn't mean, you know, big gains. It's you know, improving over every day, small increments, which eventually leads to a big gain over a period of time.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so that's important for consistency, and that's what my athletes are doing.
I love it. You're future Olympian. That's what I'm calling you guys. So I feel like, you know, just like we're talking about consistency, there's also so many other principles that go along with getting ready for something like this.
It has helped me a lot, even with my thinking abilities. So it will also made me have a tougher mental ability when it comes to financial being.
Sure.
So yeah, it's not all about running only, but it will also made me realize how important to also have financial goals, which taught me how to stay disciplined and make better prioritizations when it comes to finances. So I've really learned a lot through this journey that I'm doing with Sanlam Cape Town Marathon.
Beautiful. And I want to bring it to you, Glenda, because I feel like just like Sibusiso's touched on this, you know, there's so many ways in which we learn valuable lessons from different things in our lives because they spill over. Let's talk about it when we talk about your relationship with finances. How have you been running into it confidently?
So like Kate says, it is about the small gains, right? A couple of months ago, I was sick and I was not able to train.
Yeah.
And that actually put some doubt, you know, in my mind on whether I'll be able to achieve this goal.
Yeah.
So when you're not so consistent, that's then what happens.
Yeah.
Doubt will creep in. You might then think, oh, okay, maybe this is just too hard. Let me not do it. But through being back, through being strong, through being able to do Kate's fartleks and her long, easy runs, I'm now consistent again.
Sure.
And my confidence is right back. I've got this.
I love that. You got this. We got it when it comes to our running. We got it when it comes to our finances. I love it all. And I know, of course, we are getting ready for the marathon as a whole. So, Kate, as our mentor and coach, you know, what advice would you give to anyone out there who's possibly like, you know what, I want to possibly start training for next year. I want to get myself ready.
Yeah, anyone can do a marathon. You know, it is a big challenge. It does take a lot of discipline to run a marathon. But again, you know, it's such a wonderful event. You know, it really gives an athlete a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And it's such a, you know, it's such a good goal to have. And it's just about those small gains on a daily basis that creates, you know, a big gains over time.
Beautiful.
So yeah, anyone can take it on. It's a wonderful event and it's wonderful to be part of. And these guys are going to love it.
Come on, our champions. We love that, guys. I cannot wait for you to take it on and absolutely annihilate it, guys. We are behind you. And thank you so much for coming through, guys. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Listen, as these everyday champions prove that, friends, it is indeed all about, you know, those little steps that you take in being consistent and really just trying to 100% put on just a little bit more and more discipline, a little bit more and more of everything good that gets you in the right direction. This is exactly what we're talking about when we get into the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. It's going to be happening, my friends, and we're so excited for it. And honestly and truly, it is one of the most incredible ways in which we get to be so excited. Because why? Well, my friend, the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon is in its final year of candidacy to become Africa's first Abbott World Marathon major, joining the ranks of London, New York, Tokyo, and more. And these champions are ready. So, Africa, are we ready? I think we can 100% say yes, because it is all about chasing greatness together.
Absolutely love it. Also, looking at the outlook of the next hour and a half on the show, getting very excited. Yes, we are going to be back in the kitchen in just a moment. And I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Miso, pesto, penne, pasta.
Oh my gosh, say that 5 times over.
Exactly. Well, I had to say that 5 times over before I could get it out. But yes, Fatima is here as well, which makes it even more exciting. We're going to get into that. Some great midweek meal options that kind of put a different spin on it. Easy to make. Flavorful.
Oh, I can't wait. That's our third recipe for this morning, so you have no excuse but to cook away. But speaking about somebody that's been cooking up some good things, we have to dip into the art world because some goodness is coming your way right there with Adelaide Franchkovich. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Dr. Paul's also in the building to talk a bit more about her 2021 win at the L'Atelier, but then bringing it into 2025 in ways you've never seen.
I was at her solo exhibition in Cape Town last night, and I'm still reeling. It took me about 2 hours to fall asleep because of the mental images and the introspection going on. Absolutely amazing. And we're going to get into what this opportunity means, not just for this artist, but for the art world in just a moment. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for spending this klein vrydag with us today. And now we delve into the art world just a little bit, from amplifying unheard voices to walking every single bold path. Now, ABSA is proud to keep showing up for South Africans in meaningful ways, and we've seen it do it time and time again. And right now, we're bringing that passion to the screen with untold stories with our friends over at ABSA. Now, to kick off Women's Month, we shine the light on the 2021 Le Atelier ambassador, Adelheid and her powerful solo exhibition, Drawing the Line, now open at Cape Town's AVA Gallery. And of course, Gray was there last night to experience it all. Plus, we sit down with Dr. Paul Bayliss to explore how ABSA continues to uplift and also invest in the new wave of African artistic talent. So thank you guys so much for being here. Probably a bit tired because last night I heard was a roaring success. Are we feeling good? How's the feels right now?
Feeling good, feeling happy.
Feeling happy?
Yes,
that's good. How about you, Doc?
Fantastic evening last night, but all energetic.
Oh, this is what I've heard, and I'm so glad to hear that as well. Doc, maybe I could just talk to you a little bit more about the Le Atelier competition, an incredible piece of work that ABSA has been doing year in and year out. How is it actually changing the lives of creatives and artists?
It's can you believe it? Almost a 4-decade competition. 39 years we've been, as ABSA, been running the ABSA Atelier and allowing artists to tell their stories. But what it is, it identifies young emerging artists from across the African continent. And through that, we then celebrating our artistic talent in terms of artists from this continent. And we need to keep putting the spotlight into our creators and celebrating their skills and giving them a platform. And that's what the ABSA Atelier does.
And you know what? It's all about opportunity, because the stories on our continent, in our country, are so rich. It just needs that platform, like you're saying, in order to amplify it and get it on out there. So solo exhibitions are part of the process as well. Why is it also important to shine a light on artists, but also offer the opportunity for a solo exhibition?
So as part of the prize, you know, we offer mentorship, master classes, international residency for the artist as well. But an artist also wants to be able to show up. An artist wants to be able to put up their hand and say, I'm here, look at me, notice me. And that's what the solo exhibition does. It gives them a platform for them to shine. And our partnership with AVA Gallery in Cape Town allowed that, where we were able to showcase Adelheid. I mean, it's been 2 years, I think, of blood, sweat and tears for her.
I can imagine.
Pulling together the show. But really, it's been able for her to say, take notice, I'm here, I've arrived.
Oh my goodness, and you have. You've arrived. I saw you in passing yesterday as you left our radio station. I said, I can't wait to sit down with you and have this conversation, because, of course, the accumulation of it happened in 2021. There must have been so much excitement. But the fact that you've also followed through into 2025 to lead to this moment, I mean, Alad, what does that feel like for you? Where is your headspace at? How has this really amplified your career?
I mean, I think it's really an exciting moment. It's a lot of work, you know, getting everything ready, working with ABSA. It's been a real journey, but a huge privilege. And I think to see things come together, I don't see it as a final point. I've still got lots more work to do, but it's a kind of relief and also just a absolute exciting. I just want to soak it all in, enjoy it.
Sometimes it's hard to be present because you're just working, your head is down. But last night, I hope that you got a moment to really accept the flowers that people were bringing.
It was amazing. And I think it really has done a lot for my career to get this kind of exposure, to sit here today, to be able to be with all those, meet new people, you know, have all the important things happen and just be in the spotlight for a moment. It's not my typical space, but I appreciate it, and I think it's you know, it helps our careers as artists to just take the next steps.
Yeah, visibility is also important.
Absolutely.
And especially in an art gallery where you might have people that aren't necessarily into the high arts, just walk on by in town, stop by, and then see your work. So tell me a bit more about this. Can you break it down? It's called Drawing the Line. What is that about? What was the inspiration into it?
So I started drawing lines in 2017 with the birth of my second child.
Wow.
And it was a kind of a process that I could engage with at home, especially because my sculptural work is very, you know, sticky and and difficult technically. And I started, it was a way of kind of capturing time and doing something in between. It's a difficult time having a new baby.
Oh, I can imagine.
And it became like a kind of diary for me. It references a kind of language, a visual language. So, and that, I just started with this process. And then I started also thinking about what can the line really mean to me or in general. And I thought of the line, it has these opposing concepts, like the idea of dividing and, you know, a property. One side is yours, one side is mine. It's dividing, but and countries as well. It can kind of...
Like borders, for
yes,
example.
it can exclude or include some, exclude. So that I found very interesting, but I also found the fact that a line can connect places, can connect people, and you can throw a line.
Yes.
So I love that kind of combination.
And we're here for it. Art definitely imitating life and life imitating art. And thank you for representing it. I can't wait to set a date and head on through. I'm very excited. But if people are young, aspiring artists, Doc, how do they even get involved? Is there opportunity? You said 39 years, which
39
means
years.
we're hoping to push for many more to come.
Definitely. I mean, as I say to any young aspiring artist, self-taught, professionally trained, enter the Absolute Atelier, make use of the opportunity. I mean, we finished the adjudication for this year. I can, because I know many of your viewers have entered and they are waiting.
They're waiting.
When are we going to get the score? So, I mean, we're going to be announcing the winners for this year on the 11th of October.
Ooh, that's soon.
So it's soon. I mean, fantastic work, again, fantastic work that's come in, where we've had artists telling their stories, sharing their journey, but to any artist, go to the Absolute Atelier website and enter it. Again, next year, entries will open on the 1st of April. You've 2 months, you've got a period now to begin working on your work.
Get to work.
Start working.
I love that. Well, you've heard the call, you've seen the evidence as well. Make sure that you definitely get involved in this. Head over to that website for Absolute Atelier and make sure that you also catch Drawing the Line at AVA Gallery out in Cape Town, in the Mother City, an exhibition not to be missed. And if you are an emerging artist, you heard the good Doc tell you exactly what to do. Keep an eye on the horizon, because the next Absolute Atelier could be your big moment. Until the next time, stay inspired and keep telling your story through art, because #YourStoryMatters.
We're back in the kitchen for something super simple and absolutely delicious. Fatima is here. You are, I'm not going to say our favorites, but you might be. You might just be our favorite, because she brings the best, most simple and flavor-packed ideas. So this one, in fact, comes from Chef Yotam Ottolegi, okay, known for vibrant vegetable-forward dishes inspired by the bold flavors of the Middle East and Mediterranean. I like that combination of flavor palettes. Now, his range of time-saving, flavor-packed pantry pastes and sauces, all available at Woolworths. They make it so easy for us at home to enhance everyday meals too. Gourmet to Fati standards, and cookbook author and chef Fatima Saib is here to whip up a delicious pasta using one of these versatile staples. Okay, I'll bet we've added a few more little bells and whistles, but it's okay, because this is fresh, it's flavorful. We've got a beautiful little secret weapon there, and of course, gorgeous wet mozzarella. I'm calling that mozzarella. It's bocconcini, okay? Yeah, and I do tend towards this kind of mozzarella. I love it when it's a little bit more unctuous like that. My friend, first of all, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so excited because you are here.
I have a bone to pick with you and Carissa, because I never got the memo for stripes. So
I'm sorry.
Can you message me next time?
I will. I'm
Cool.
sorry. On the
Thank
group,
you.
I'll put it on our foodie group. We've got a
Please do.
foodie group. Okay, we do that. No, I really don't.
Yeah.
But I should be. Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay, simple but flavorful range of ingredients, and I'm loving the pasta as a jumping off point. Walk us through the creation.
Sure. So this is an Ottolenghi recipe, but we are making it a little bit of our own.
Nice.
With cashew nuts
Ooh.
and the bocconcini.
Beautiful. Okay, let's dive right in. I know it doesn't take a huge amount of
No,
compiling.
I'm going to ask you to put this on. Listen, the way I had to practice miso, penne...
I know.
I still can't even say it.
Miso,
penne, pesto,
pesto, pasta.
There we go.
I know. Do you want a low heat, a high heat? How are you feeling?
Medium's fine.
Medium.
That wasn't one of your options, but we'll
Okay,
go with
Don't worry, I am in a relationship. I'm used to these blurred lines. It's okay. I get it. I get it. What is next?
I'm going to ask you to just roughly chop some of the spinach so it cooks down quicker.
Okay.
But so we have our pasta that's already cooked. I'm going to add some butter to this pan. And then the trick is to pre-cook some of your spring onion because you can see how glossy it became. That oils just came out.
Of course, because it's got a lot of its own natural flavors, hence why we use onion so much in cooking. It's got a bit of sugar in there. It's got beautiful flavors.
That's exactly it.
It might seem like you have way too much spinach. It is going to reduce. I don't think anything reduces quite to the extent that spinach does.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we can actually add the spinach into this. We have some pasta water. This is trick. When you're boiling your pasta, keep some of the water aside because it just makes everything come together. Gives it that silky texture.
Okay, and it's going to have a bit of the starch in there. It's going to have a little bit of the funkiness, but that's layers. I like that layer. So let's not leave those behind. I've just scattered a few around for the gram just to make it look beautiful. There we go.
I'm going to throw this. Do you want to add half of that water into this pot?
Wow, I like that idea as well of not wasting or kind of letting anything, not capitalizing on any flavor development in your kitchen. And it's always a marvel to me, the top chefs, nothing goes to waste. Absolutely nothing. Even little offcuts will be dried and turned into a powder or a dust to put over something. There is a new mentality, and I like the fact that it's quite a South African trend to make sure that albeit we've got like 9 of the biggest cameramen you've ever seen to make sure there's no wastage in our kitchen. So we are sorted. But I like that mentality. Okay. The magic is in the miso.
Miso, pesto. This is such an incredible product. The whole range is incredible, but this one, it's so good.
And it comes with the Takalani stamp of approval.
I wish that people could smell this right now.
Wow.
Right?
That is amazing. Press your smell button on the TV and just have a little smell there.
It's incredible.
Wow.
I'm actually going to ask you to do that. You can throw in most of the jar. We're going to do about 100 grams.
Okay, I'm gonna take. When you say most, I'm going to leave enough for my meal later, and I'm going to take the rest of that home.
But that's exactly the thing with these products, is that you can use it in so many ways.
Exactly.
As a dip, as a sauce like we're doing today in a pasta sauce.
Oh, this on its own is amazing. There was a bit of sour in there, a bit of funkiness, and that for me, the joy of really good Italian cooking or leaning into those kind of palates, even the Middle Eastern to a degree, it's the funkiness. You can get a flavor development where you're like, is that umami? Is it down the line salty? Is it tangy?
The sweetness.
Okay, so baby spinach has got in.
We're just going to add some of this just to make everything nice and cheesy. We're going to keep some for the top.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
All right, and it's worth making a note to keep some aside, otherwise you're going to be heartbroken.
You can roughly chop these. We're just going to throw it over the top when we're serving. But I mean, this is almost done, eh?
I love that. It's taken us all of 4 minutes, and we haven't had to do really any TV cheating as we normally do.
No.
And this is, I think, if you like this kind of Italian, fresh, strong flavor profile, because Italians are really good at going all in a particular flavor lane. I think they've just nailed that, which is why it's so simplistic to cook Italian, because you know where you stand.
Yeah.
But it also, I think we forget that you can push it a little bit further. Just the addition of a few interesting ingredients can take it to restaurant quality. Okay, I'm going to keep it rustic. How's that?
Do we have a dishing spoon to just dish up on us?
I'm sure we can find a dishing spoon right there. Grab that guy.
Going to pass me one of these.
There we go. And it's as easy as that. We didn't have to do a TV time dissolve. We have literally arrived at this beautiful miso pesto penne pasta in minutes. I know, it's taken me all morning to get it right. Italian is served. Fatima, you're an absolute genius. And if you want to cook along, expressoshow.com is where you can find all of the culinary brilliance. Oh, look at that. Just a little bit of crunch for texture. And you can visit woolworths.co.za for a lot more Italian inspiration. And then, of course, shop your Italian-inspired ingredients at Woolworths, in-store, online, or on the amazing app. But I would recommend going in-store to look at it, because... Look at it.
Buy all of them.
Absolutely amazing. And that's what you'll find at expressoshow.com, and you'll find us again after the break. We'll see you now. Am I allowed to even taste? I have to.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We're going in with a bang because #begin with Buco. That's right. This year, Buco is proudly partnering with My Design Rules to bring you an exclusive white box series. Now, this is an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at what goes into building 3 incredible design homes. But before we get into that, let's recap at what went down last year. Now, season 1 of My Design Rules launched on SABC3 right here and quickly became a fan favorite among design lovers across the whole of Mzansi. Now, we watched 4 bold design duos, Team Air, Water, Earth and Fire, transform a nearly 100-year-old heritage apartment out in Sea Point in Cape Town, one space at a time with just 2 weeks and tight budgets for each room. Oh, the pressure. It was so real. From bathrooms to bedrooms and kitchens to lounges, the teams gave us jaw-dropping transformations, all judged by top local experts and, of course, by you, the viewers, too. And in the end, Team Air, Amy Moses and Joshua Gilbert walked away with a grand prize of 300,000 Rand, while Team Water, Tia Henderson, as well as Zwelibanzi Nzuza, took home the Viewers' Choice Award of 100,000 Rand. So, season 1 was all about design, and now we're gearing up and getting ready for the plot and plan edition as season 2 is about to get underway. But first, it all starts with Buco's White Box series. This exclusive build-up content gives you front row access to building these luxury homes from the ground up. So let's dive straight into episode 1.
My Design Rules White Box exclusive behind-the-scenes series. Begin with Buco.
It is official. My Design Rules 2025 is back and better than ever. Now, it's all going down this September, but before we even get there, Expresso and Buco are going to be building and getting these houses white box ready, and you get to come along for the ride. Yep, it all begins with Buco.
We're excited to announce that we have just started a project at the Paarl Valley Estate, and it showcases the scale and the magnitude of what we are capable of as a company, from the foundation phase right up to the roof, from plumbing to sandware to tiling and everything in between.
So Jamboree started off 17 years ago, and it's grown significantly, and it's now bigger than the town of Wellington. The reason for going to Paarl Valley is there's no more plots available in Jamboree, and the need for housing close to the schools and that is very important. It was going to be more of a sort of entry level cost-wise, but we found that the need from the buyer is actually more upmarket, a little bit closer to the Jamboree sort of style and standard, and we've actually brought that in now with My Design Rules. And in phase 2 of Paarl Valley, there's going to be more upmarket homes. I'm excited to see what the contestants do. They're all going to be given identical units, white boxes, and each one of them will have to bring their own design and finish into the product, and that's going to be interesting to see.
Hi, welcome to Paarl Valley Lifestyle Estates and Farm. We are going to walk through one of our 3-bed, 2-garage, single-story homes, something that's in the market for young families, first-time buyers, and people who want to enjoy a family estate. We've added this lovely, nice area to most of the homes on the estate to give you that natural feeling with natural light coming in with the beautiful mountain range in the back. From here on, it's quite exciting. The plots are getting bigger, homes are getting bigger, and there's more amenities coming to the estate.
Literally standing on what is our very first MDR plot. You can see the energy here, that's real, but I want to understand more what's going on here. Where are we at?
We are in the first phases. We've already done the platform. Now, when we normally start, it's very raw. We still have a bit of bushing that we need to chop and clear, and then we start building up our levels. When we do our levels, we have to build up 150 mils at a time. Just to get to where we are now, this would be the bottom of concrete. The reason we're doing a raw foundation here, we have a high variation of differences in ground conditions. So that's why we cut out the soil and we build it up with clean backfill soil, and then we start with the raw foundation. I can take you through to one of the other MDR sites, and I can show you where we've started putting up the side shutter, and we've actually started excavating the ground beams as is.
It does look like there's progress, but what exactly has happened here?
So Raul, what we've started doing here is we've marked out the whole grid line of the raft front footings.
Okay, I see that.
And we've already done all our side shutter.
So Jean, correct me if I'm wrong, so are you essentially building your waterproofing underneath that raft?
Yeah, it's what we call a DPC, or the dam course membrane. We have a big sheet that we roll out across the entire foundation before we put down the steel.
Absolutely love your work, man. We're talking success all the way around, but we're not done yet. What happens after this process?
So once we've got the steel in and everything's been bound up, we get the engineer, they have to come inspect our reinforcing steel, and once they give their okay, then we book the concrete. Then we'll get AfriSand, and they'll bring in the pump and the concrete, and we'll get going.
In construction, the planning is the most important thing. The more you plan up front, the smoother the project runs. And I'm very excited to see how this process is going to unfold, because planning is going to be vitally important because of the time schedule that we have to do the construction of the white box, and also the contestants every week. They've got to finish their rooms on time and on schedule, and obviously they have a budget to work with that as well.
You are the man when it comes to taking our concept to reality. If we can delve into some of the original concepts and then maybe have a discussion of how we can adapt that to really fit into the vision of Paarl Valley.
When we received these drawings, we had a discussion with the HOA head and internally as a team on how we would make this fit within Paarl Valley's set look and feel. We adapted and worked off kind of the main key points and shapes that you provided to us.
One of the things that stood out for me that we wanted to do a little bit different is we wanted to elevate our designs and make it not as entries. Coral Brick has these amazing white vanilla coral bricks. One of the guidelines is that you have to use bricks that's kind of been bagged white. I think this would make a replacement for that, especially if we can use white oxide in the joining.
Yes.
Would this be something that HOA will approve?
Definitely. I mean, it's a beautiful brick and it looks similar to what the estate already has as a look and feels, and if they like it, then they add it to the guidelines.
That's one of the things that became evident as I was working through this guideline, was that there is kind of a lot of room where it comes down to colors and materials. If you stay with a specific color, but you want to kind of up with spacing a higher end material, it is possible, and it all comes down to aesthetics, which I think the HOA is all about.
Yes. I think guidelines tend to push you in a direction, but it also allows you to think creatively on how to express within what they're guiding you towards. So it helps to create kind of a uniform look and feel while still allowing expression.
What makes this estate special is this is Northern Paarl. This is the up-and-coming new part of Paarl. We're about 15 minutes away from the new airport. It's just around the corner. We're close to a lovely few very nice shopping centres that's opening up. And the nice thing about Paarl Valley Estate is it's still a running farm. We're going to have the vineyards that's here in the back. We're going to keep that. We're going to have in total 370 homes with probably, I'd say, 300 families living here enjoying the farm. That's probably the biggest thing we wanted to keep, that farm feeling. Come here, you enjoy. We've got our wildlife area, we've got the rugby pitches, we've got the doggy parks, we've got dams, clubhouses, gyms. The nice thing about it is it's family orientated farm lifestyle in the heart of Paarl.
Oh, wow.
It looks good,
Cannot wait.
Oh,
I know
my
Ryle is
goodness.
super excited to meet the design duos. We've seen what it's done to the careers of those that have entered. So please, if you think you have what it takes, head to mydesignrules.tv. Entries for season 2 are still open, but they are going fast.
Yep.
So please jump on board. They close on the 10th of August. Please don't miss out. This is life-changing.
Huge. That's this Sunday, so please get on top of it and be sure to head over to Buco Hardware and Buildware's YouTube channel. Hit subscribe and follow the entire White Box series as everything slowly unfolds. And don't miss a single episode because hashtag it begins with Buco.
We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I am losing my mind over the Curry Cup. We love our rugby. We love all structures of rugby. Welcome back, by the way. But the Curry Cup this year is popping off. The Carling Curry Cup is heating up as we head into round 3 now, and it kind of feels like we're almost at the knockout stage as the rugby has been so good, but we've barely even gotten going. So this weekend, action right across the country. Western Province, they need to come good. They head to Kimberley to face the always dangerous Griquas. They were on fire last weekend. The Bulls, dominant. They're going to host a very confident Puma side at the Fortress at Loftus. Then the Sharks, they're going to need something. Some magic in the water as they welcome the Cheetahs. And then, of course, the Lions travel to Wellington to take on a very bold Boerland team. It's a weekend packed with storylines, pressure, teams desperate to build some momentum. And, of course, Big AIDS is here. We are joined by Good Hope FM sports presenter Adrian Endley. You must be buzzing over this year's Curry Cup. Incredible action we have seen already. Western Province, though, not the greatest start to the season. What do they have to do as they head to Kimberley to take on Griquas that are very much firing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think, as you mentioned, they in Kimberley as well. It's a very tall order, especially given the sort of the Western Province form so far. Look, they haven't played terribly. They've gotten some tries in.
There have been moments, yeah.
There have been moments of brilliance, and I think given these past 2 games, they're definitely going to be looking at that a lot and saying, where can we capitalize, where can we improve? But I'm not very confident against this Griquas team at home as well. I don't know.
And there is something to be said for the Pumas, for the Griquas, who have been forced to play in sub-divisions. They have bolstered their teams to the point of becoming the feeder sides for so many of our top-performing franchises. Yeah. So what the Stonehouses and the likes have done for South African rugby, we get it, man. That being said, the Bulls, will they remain unbeaten at the Fortress? They've got the Pumas heading to town. I would be a little bit nervous of this Pumas side.
Yeah, definitely. And I think especially having won your first 2 games, there might be a bit of complacency that sets in. But I know their coaches are speaking a lot about we're trying to not have any of that. You know, we're trying to focus on our game. And given the good start, they want to keep that momentum going. So I would say the Pumas are not the favourites, but
they're dangerous.
If anyone's going to upset the Bulls, it's going to be them.
And I just love that culture of winning that they've created at Bulls, because it's from the franchise, the pinnacle, right the way down.
Yeah.
Not so much when we turn to the Sharks. They are lacking a true north from the top of the franchise down. So you can kind of understand their Curry Cup level struggling a little bit, not to the degree that they are now.
Yeah.
Is it just a very young side that's yet to find its click? And how are they going to handle the Cheetahs, who, when we talk about playing in their lane, this is their lane?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Cheetahs, you think Curry Cup, you think Cheetahs.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
for some reason, they just own this tournament. The Sharks, I mean, they're the champions, and they aren't playing like it at all.
Not at all,
at the moment. They've definitely gone for a more youthful, inexperienced side, so you could use that as an excuse. But I mean,
that's the Curry Cup.
That is the Curry Cup. Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely not an excuse for them to use. I can't see them again winning this week. Unfortunately, it might be 3 games in a row now they're going to lose. But stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened.
And there are some stars on that side. So please, I mean, with all due respect, please take from whence it's coming. This begs the question, though, is the structure of the Curry Cup changing with our junior sides performing so well now? If we look at the feeders going into the senior team now, it's no longer just having 2 squads being sent to a World Cup. We've got the under-20s, and we've got the structures in the Curry Cup. Can you risk posting a developmental side or a junior team in the Curry Cup now? It's one of the most illustrious, beautiful, oldest rugby competitions in the world. It comes with some gravitas, man.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest debate at the moment, because you have teams who are taking 2 different approaches. Look at the 2 teams who are top of the table at the moment, the Bulls and the Lions. They are both implementing a strategy where they're like, look, we're going to play some URC regulars, some people who have all that experience, and bring in some youth as well. Whereas teams like the Sharks and the Western Province, actually, they're playing a largely inexperienced side, and we're seeing how that plays out in the table at the moment. So I think it's almost like we need to, like, all the teams to decide, look, is this going to be almost like a warm-up for our young players, or are we going to actually make this very competitive? Because at the moment, teams are doing different strategies, and it's actually just not meeting at all.
And I agree with you, and I think you're missing a beat. I think we've seen in structures, and I'll use another sport as an example, but the power of having those older players that might be past their shelf life, like an AB de Villiers, in the same dressing room as younger players, that is irreplaceable. And within rugby, the kind of game that we are playing right now, I agree, we need that. A bit of experience, and of course an explosion of youth in the Curry Cup. Wherever your heart lies, it is stacked this weekend in the Curry Cup. I'm going to get into some other sporting highlights after Carissa tackles the news.
Thank you so much, Gray. It's just hit the top of the hour. Let's get into your 8 o'clock news. Starting out nationally, where more than 4,000 learners have dropped out of Northern Cape schools since the start of 2025, prompting the Education Department to form a task team. Now, most were in grade 8 to grade 10 and did not return after the December holidays. MEC Abraham Forslu said they were also working with Sol Plaatje University to recruit student teachers, especially for mathematics, which is still not offered in 18 high schools. Now, the dropout crisis and maths shortage were highlighted during the launch of the province's new digital recruitment program called GovRecruit. In other national news, following the brutal murders of 2 women in Forsman and Mpumalanga, Save South Africa has renewed calls to reinstate the death penalty. Now, the civil society's group president, Sydney Monogotla, says the state is failing to protect lives, especially amid rising gender-based violence and child murders. Now, one of the women was allegedly killed by her boyfriend. Save South Africa believes the death penalty should be reconsidered for particularly severe crimes to restore justice and deter violent offenders. In your international news making headlines, Nigerian customs have seized over 1,600 parrots and canaries at Lagos's Murtala Mohammed Airport. Now, the shipment, lacking legal documentation or CITS permits, was bound for Kuwait, making it one of Nigeria's largest wildlife trafficking interceptions in years. The birds, including ring-necked parakeets and yellow-fronted canaries, will be handed to the National Parks Service. Now, officials are investigating the smugglers and promise tighter airport surveillance to halter further trafficking of exotic species. Meanwhile, Hiroshima yesterday marked 80 years since the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on the city, killing 140,000 people and devastating its landscape. With survivors now mostly over 86, this may be their final major commemoration. A second U.S. bomb struck in Nagasaki days later, killing 70,000. Now, Japan surrendered on the 15th of August 1945, ending World War II and its near 50-year military aggression in Asia. Hiroshima's mayor warned of rising acceptance of nuclear weapons and military buildups, urging younger generations to reject policies with inhumane consequences. Now, let's close up your news on this Thursday morning here when Namakwaland's wildflower season has burst into bloom weeks early, blanketing the Northern Cape in vivid color from Skilpad to Kwikfontein, thanks to the perfect rains and mild weather. The succulent Karoo Wonderland, home to more than 3,500 plant species, including masses of daisies, promises a breathtaking display through August and beyond. Not to be outshone, West Coast National Park's Postberg section is also now open until the 30th of September. Perfectly timed for its usual mid-August peak. Now, for the best floral adventure, head out on sunny weekdays and skip the weekend rush. It's a rare double bloom treat, petal-powered magic that proves spring has clearly sprung early. A nice way to definitely close up your 8 o'clock news, and a reminder to head on out into the flowers if you're in the neighboring areas. That's where we leave your news for now. Let's get those final sporting highlights with Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with some footballing news, and this is quite a big story. Tottenham have now confirmed that Son Heung-min is transferring on a permanent transfer deal to Los Angeles FC. I know people are losing their minds in studio because it's such a big news now. In fact, it is an MLS record, $26 million. That's around £19.5 million. The 33-year-old departs Spurs after a very successful decade at the club and now reunites with his ex-teammate Hugo Lloris at LAFC. And they sit 6th in the Western Conference as we speak. Son attended Tuesday's League Cup win over Tigres UANL, with the deal then completed following his medical and paperwork this week. Now on to cricket. Not the best news for New Zealand. Their skipper Tom Latham will miss the second test against Zimbabwe in Bulawayo. That was after failing to recover from that shoulder injury. So Mitch Satner very ably led the side to that 9-wicket win in the opener, and he continues as captain. Then middle order batter Bevan Jacobs has been called up as cover, with coach Rob Walter calling Latham's absence, quote, hugely disappointing. And I think the fans can agree. Now we move on to tennis, and this one's not so much for the fans but for the players. This year's US Open will feature a record-breaking $90 million prize fund, a 20% increase from 2024's $75 million. So men's and women's singles champions, they are on par and they'll each pocket $5 million, up from that 3.6 last year. Then organisers have also boosted payouts across all rounds. They've expanded singles to 15 days and introduced a revamped mixed doubles event ahead of the main draw, and that runs from the 24th of this month up until the 7th of September. So I suppose the fans are also winning as well. Brilliant stuff. And now let's round off with a massive vote of confidence, courtesy of Golf RSA. They've announced 2 strong squads for the 2025 World Amateur Team Champs in Singapore this October. So Kara van Kan, Megan Streicher and Bobby Brown will compete for the famed Espirito Santo Trophy. And of course, chasing South Africa's 2006 title success. We've done it before. Then in the Eisenhower Trophy, Christian Maas returns for his 3rd outing. They're going to need his experience as he's joined by debutants Daniel Bennett and Charles Barnard. Good luck, young'uns. Go out there and live that RSA DNA. And that's where we leave our sport for now. I would imagine the roads probably have a few incidents to report on by now. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Gray. Let's see the roads for the final time out in Cape Town. In Milnerton, there is congestion on the N7 North at Ramp to Bosmanstad. I do expect delays and approach with caution if you're headed out that way. Now, if you're in the roads in Joburg out in Sandton, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound at Ramp to Winnie Mandela Drive. Now, the centre lane is affected, so do expect delays and avoid rubbernecking where possible. That is where we leave your roads for this Thursday. Let's get into your weather. In your weather news this morning, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 3 warning, and that's for severe thunderstorms in Limpopo, most of Mpumalanga, Highveld, and central to northern Gauteng. Now expect travel disruptions, localized flooding, small hail, as well as wind damage. Very cold conditions with light snow are forecast over the high-lying areas. That's over the Eastern Cape and parts of Gauteng. Now in the Northern Cape, motorists are urged to drive cautiously as heavy rain impacts road safety, particularly in Namakwa and Francis Baard. Authorities warn against crossing flooded roads or even bridges, with conditions expected to improve later this morning. Now, before we leave, has to say, and she sent this absolutely stunning morning view. Once again, the PR for Durban is on 100. Thank you so much, Chantal, for representing Durbs so beautifully. 19 degrees is what you can expect on your part. Put that on a postcard and say, wish you were here. And yes, we definitely do. 0630369649 is that number to get in touch with your city or even favorite city that you might be visiting as we get into your temperatures for the final time.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And oh, Zanzi, we still got so many things to do between now and 9 a.m. And we're so glad that you're with us. And my friend, you know what? I definitely think that we deserve to jump on into a world of wonder. Coming up, we're going to be jumping in with our beautiful Alice in Wonderland, the Afrikaans musical that is about to make you absolutely just feel like a kid again, but also just allow your imagination to go to places you could have never, ever even hoped for. It is all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And then, of course, we also got a couple of things that are going to allow you to have a little bit more knowledge, yeah? I need you to stick around. We're going to take a short break, and we'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. You're in the right place to get your weekend started off perfectly. I say that because we're 5 to the weekend. Friday, it's part of it all together, okay? And we need some weekend plans, all right? And I say that because, my friend, it's time to tumble down the rabbit hole into a world of imagination and magic. It is none other than the Alice in Wonderland, the new Afrikaans musical that is about to take us on a journey you never knew you needed. And I am so excited for us to get into it. Why? It is a platform that is allowing young storytellers to rise and really just express themselves in the most beautiful way. And this is why today we're joined by the 2 directors that are allowing our young people to really just shine. I am so excited for us to celebrate them along with their cast. Everybody, please give it up for none other than Tian Kirsten Libbe as well as Leon Sachse. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome.
Thank you.
My friends, welcome. The stage is all yours. How are you?
Doing very well. Very excited. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Leon and Tian, you guys sound like a duo of notes.
If it rhymes, it works.
Exactly.
It's the truth.
I love it.
You know?
My directors, let's get into just the directional way you guys decided to go when it came to this production, right?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like you're working with young people and you need to get them to go in a specific way. Talk to us about what it was that made you really want to allow it to suit the specific age.
Sure. So we have a very long background in arts education.
Yeah.
It's one of our big passions, and we believe that it should be taught in all schools because it teaches you a way of life and a way of thinking that can really open any sort of door for you.
Yeah.
So we come from that angle, and even though this is a professional production with amazingly talented young people, we treat every moment as a lesson and an opportunity to grow. So that was our directional approach. It was to harness the talent that's in them. And kids are wonderful because they don't have any inhibitions. They don't care how they look like.
Throw it all on the stage.
So if you ask them to give it, they give it and more.
I love that. You know that I've never thought about that when it comes to something such as theatre for kids. That's beautiful.
Exactly. Much easier to work than with adults, I think.
Of course. Adults are too much.
Yeah, too
Guys,
much.
I also know that you did a July boot camp, which is incredible. How did this play into rehearsals and how is it even working now?
So for the boot camps, we had the kids with us for a whole week for each production because we're also doing Fame Junior for the high school kids, where Alice is for the primary school children.
Yes.
So we had them for a whole week, the whole day, and we just did theatre.
Yes.
From the morning till the evening, they wanted to have sleepovers. We said, can you go home now, please? We love
That's
you.
so
See
funny.
you tomorrow.
Yes.
8 hours was long.
But
it was
all
lovely.
about putting the show together, what we've been rehearsing for weeks now, and just putting the whole thing together with the set and props. And now we're almost ready.
I love
on stage and
That's
showing it to
amazing.
audiences.
Guys, well done for the journey so far, and I'm so excited in your final stretch about what's about to happen. But of course, talking about Fame Junior along with Alice in Wonderland, you know, this is always something that you kind of need to ask yourself, you know, what are the themes that we're exploring, especially when it comes to the curiosity of the kids, right?
Exactly.
So talk to us about that. You know, how did you allow them to really connect with the stories personally, but also really just connecting with it as a whole, as a cast?
No, exactly. Alice, like you said, is all about curiosity. I mean, that famous line, curiouser and curiouser. And we're all mad here, you know? So it's really about Alice who feels stuck and she just wants to go to a wonderland of her own. But she doesn't really know who she is. And then she travels to Wonderland and she meets all these wacky people and creatures. And through that, she constantly realizes, oh, but the most creative person you can be is yourself. And that is when she gets to go home and then live her life fully. So that's the sort of message we told and taught the kids from the beginning. It was like, your imagination is what makes you you. And with Fame, that is exactly closer to the high school kids, because it's all about following your dreams and bring on tomorrow and just not minding what the world says and just headstrong into your dreams and it will happen for you.
Beautiful. I love that you're, you know, getting them in that already from a young age. Because I think that's so important. Exactly. But one of the other important things is just the experiences you guys are taking from this whole journey. What would you say has really stood out for you just in terms of just everything?
For us working in theatre and having scenario productions and having a lot of shows we brought to life this year already, and different shows we brought to life.
Yes.
It's a open-minded experience working with the primary school children and with the high school children at once.
Yeah.
Because you see how they are in different stages in their life. And I think one of the lessons I've learned or relearned or just noticed this again was empathy, having empathy for what their day is like. You're a theatre kid, you are different than other people. Not really, but
that's
the stereotype.
100%.
And being different in another social environment is always difficult for them. But coming home to our theatre, you can just see how they shine and how they just enjoy it, even if it was a difficult day. They can just forget it for a second, what's going out.
Yeah, it's the chosen family
I
that
love
theatre
that.
provides.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we've learned just as much, if not more, from the kids.
Beautiful.
Just by directing them.
Incredible work, guys. You're going in the right direction.
Thanks.
And we love your work. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being just leaders that are allowing the young people to come up and really have a place to express themselves, but also become the leaders that they need to be.
Exactly.
So
That's
thank
the whole
you. Oh, one last thing. Tickets, very quickly. What are the details?
So tickets for Fame and Alice is on Quicket or our website, centuriontheatre.co.za.
Beautiful. And happening from the 14th to the 16th of August.
14th to the 16th of August is Alice, and 21 to 23 August is Fame.
Exciting things. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
guys.
Zanele, for having us.
Beautiful. Listen, we've got our future storytellers that are going to be on the stage waiting for you so that they can entertain you. Quicket is where you can get your tickets. You heard all of the details, and it's so exciting to be able to see our young people just come out of their shells and become the superstars that we already knew that they were, right? My beautiful Cape Town family, how are you feeling as we get into the third hour of the show?
Very, very cool. And yes, we'll get a little taste of that in just a moment. But I'm thinking if I could win myself just over R500,000, I'd start a theatre production company.
Agreed.
Can I? Can I try and win
you can do whatever you
580,000 rand?
want. My goodness. And we want you to think about what you could do with that amount. Panda Pusha Play Daily Lotto for an estimated 580,000 Rand jackpot. It all goes down this Thursday. Many ways to win your tickets. Buy them now in store. Head to the website, nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply just dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
And if you need, like me, just a little refresher, we'll keep those details up on the Expresso socials. Go and check them out, and then Panda Pusha Play your daily lotto for 580,000 Rand. I'd buy a different PlayStation game, in fact, a different PlayStation console for every day of the week. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Speaking of, Grant Hines, one of our favorite human beings, is back in the house.
Right.
Super Mario's Jamboree party is here. What does it all mean? It looks super, super cute. I think it's on the Switch. I'm not sure, but we will check it out. Switch 2, we have been told, like I understand what that means. But no, we'll delve into what looks like a great game.
We'll do that straight after the break. Introducing Signature Curve Denim, designed by South Africans for South Africans. Each pair is expertly crafted to honor every curve and every line of your natural form. This denim moves with you, blending soft structure with effortless comfort and elegance. Capture your confidence. Take a mirror selfie trying on the Signature Curve by Guess. Tag guess.sa on Instagram and stand a chance to win a pair. Signature Curve Denim, our shape, our hands, our signature. Competition ends 31 August. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Time for a little bit of fun. Yes, we're back in the gaming seat, and this week we are taking a fun break from the hard news with Super Mario Party Jamboree. The tunes around me kind of give it away. The biggest and brightest entry in Nintendo's beloved party game series, packed with 112 mini games. And with a mini remote in your hand, you are sorted 7 lively boards and a 20-player Coupathlon mode. Okay, someone's going to have to explain that to me. It promises endless replay value, and this game introduces some new characters like Pauline and Ninji. I hope I'm saying that right. And they take full advantage of Nintendo Switch 2 with motion, with cameras, mouse mode, I am hearing as well. I need a techie expert to explain to me. Grant Hines?
We're going to have some fun!
We are, and you seem very excited.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you tried to do this with your daughter. She was too grown up, so you've come to me.
Yes, I think, yeah, she nailed this.
And bearing in mind, his daughter's 3.5 years old. But this looks very exciting. My remote, my little controller's going crazy in my hand here. Talk us through what's going
we've
down.
got the Joy-Con. This is the first Jamboree that is on the Switch 2.
Okay, so this is big from that perspective,
It's big from that perspective. So we're going to just get into this.
Oh, you got me. So...
So you understand the game. Wait. You understand the game mechanics so far?
That's cute, man. I like your little
your avatar. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to press I need you to press the minus sign on your remote.
The minus sign. How was that?
There we go.
Ta-da!
So now we're playing a dual mode together.
Okay.
So now we're playing against one another.
Ooh,
so
wow.
you said there were a ton of mini games.
Yeah.
I'm Bowser, by the way. You're Mario.
Oh, I got myself there.
You got to do this. You can't get slapped.
Oh,
yes.
You are very clever with
that
your...
was I was. Ow.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, didn't make it. And there's a ton of quick, fast mini games inside here that you play with friends. This is such a great game if you've got like a braai and you've got friends coming around. They're easy to understand. I just jumped into this. Look, this is.
You need a little behind-the-scenes cam on my face while you play. This is a very satisfying game to play.
But it's all the rules are so quick to grasp and so easy to use, and it reminds me of like the essence of the Wii. Do you remember how wild things were?
It's physical. You can get on board. There's different modalities. Do I need
Can
to
I
press
actually
the minus
swap the
again?
remote?
Do it, man. Do it.
Because
Give me
I want to be able to.
I'm going to say this is not pink. It's peach in honor of.
Oh yeah, Princess Peach. Let's choose a different mini game. So it's kind of like a big board game. You can play like a big, long, 2-hour, nearly Dungeons and Dragons style
so you can
randomized
campaign your way through it.
Right?
I like that.
Or you can do these really cool mini games, which I recommend if you've got friends coming over and just keeping the console there and people just jump in and play.
A little family tourney as well. You want to sort out some inner family beef.
Yeah, so
let's
play a game I have not played, just to give
Okay.
you an idea. So look, you could just an idea. Look how many game modes there are. But let's try this. Let's try this fishing one.
Okay.
Right. So look, as you can see, I've played this 0 times, so this is just proof that I have not played this game mode. But to give you an idea, okay, so it wants you to do this vertical. So put the strap on and hold it like this.
Right.
So it wants us to use it like a fishing rod.
Oh, nice.
So you can get you Bowser now, remember?
Okay, I'm Bowser. And how do I release?
So
let's see.
I'm holding it the wrong way. Okay. Okay, I got you. Okay, press the plus sign on your remote.
Okay, there we go.
That's all you need to know. Now we're in a game and we understand the mechanics. I got to catch more fish than you.
Okay.
Easy. And I'm Mario, and you. So we got to wait for a fish to catch. A controller will probably vibrate, I think. I guess.
Ooh. I hope it's a big one.
Oh no!
Oh.
Did you catch
Sneaky.
something?
No. Oh, neither one of. But that's like a normal fishing trip, really. Hey?
My dad used to take me on this as a kid. It was so boring. Let's play that again.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
So we have a good idea.
Oh, I love this. So there is a bit of dexterity, a bit of kind of hand-eye, a little bit of the physical elements.
Okay.
Oh no, you've got to just have temperaments. Okay, when you're fishing, you've got to.
As you can see, there's so many, and this is quick and fast. And mom can play with you, dad can play with you, and then obviously your mates you can rag each other. We're playing against one another.
My wife is the most competitive person on the planet, and the second most competitive person is my son. And I would imagine something like this is just going to give them hours of fun. Could you play this for a whole day, do you think? Probably.
Yeah, definitely. And it is kind of random. I think a lot of people don't really understand that there's a lot of dice rolling, but that's fun because there are a lot of like skill-based games which actually like it's
But this kind of leans into that board game kind of a space where you don't want to come in there thinking, okay, I'm not a great gamer, so I'm not going to have any fun.
And also, video games, right? People go, I'm not going to play a video game, but I'll play a board game.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've got a digital board game in the house with like 50 mini games plus the big board games that are inside of it, which is awesome.
And characters like this. So a couple of new characters we've been introduced to as well. Will fans of the franchise get their kicks? Someone who loves Super Mario, are you going to get that itch scratched?
100%. They've got a whole bunch of new things, like as I was saying, they've got these mouse mini games where you hold the game controller like this, the Joy-Con, and you use it as a mouse on your leg or on the couch, and you can play like air hockey. So, I mean, let's give that a shot, actually, because we can, you know.
And I like the fact that this is inclusive because all ages can play, and I hate that. Like, I love playing with my son, but then it also feels kind of like we're excluding Mom and Georgie if we're not at it. You know,
and you don't get too locked in, right? So playing with the mouse, you got to hold it like this.
Got it over like that.
We're going to play some air hockey.
Okay.
Or shell hockey, as if they say.
Are we just practicing?
Yeah, just press start on your...
Okay.
There we go. Let's go. And you can play online. We've got the camera up there. So you can play with this, not only this way, but also you can play with a camera and do like motion tracking. Yeah.
I don't know if they've got a close-up on that cam, but that is just amazing.
So we're on that side. Come, you can do... You're front. There we go, we did it.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Deeply satisfying. Why am I not moving? It's not even asking me.
Wow. You are moving. There
we go.
Why did you score an own goal?
Because I'm a villain, dude. I'm the villain.
Graham, are you good at air hockey?
Okay,
man.
Okay, I figured it out. Don't press the button. And then it's... Okay, but this is also really forgiving, but there's enough of it. Oh, damn it, sorry.
But as you know what I mean?
There's enough nuance for you to get good and really get your rocks off and enjoy it from a gaming perspective, but it's also kind of not intimidating. How many of these? Oh, there we go.
And I think that's kind of like the joy of this. You can make it a little bit harder, but...
I think my pants aren't very well suited as a mouse.
But it's about making sure that everybody in the house has a lot of fun.
Okay, I think I've scored more own goals than I have goals in our opponent, but I like it.
We did it, 7-5, we won.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Very, very cute. In terms of the gaming journey, is this a great introductory game to bring the family into the gaming space? Because I think often once you specialize and once you find your game, then you're locked away in your headset.
Kids are playing Fortnite or whatever the case is.
Exactly.
But this is a great way to get, like, everybody that doesn't quite understand. You understand air hockey, right?
Yeah.
But you don't understand, like, games. And that's why it reminds me of what the spirit of the Wii is. Remember when people played Wii bowling? They understand tennis and they understand bowling. And then when they jump into this, they go like, I could play this. You know, that kind of thing.
Oh, man, I love it. You can even arrange like a games night, tourney type vibe. Can you play online? Is there a community? Can you get
play
competitive?
Online. You can get competitive. You can play online. If your friends are in another part of the world, you can use the camera and it will bring up their faces so you can all hang out and talk. And I think that's also great for parents because you can watch who your kids are playing with because they're on screen. And you can hang out with them and go like, okay, cool, turn on the sound, I want to hear them. You know, and then like, oh, he's playing with so-and-so from school.
That's so funny. So I introduced my own account so that when Jack's playing online games where I'm a little bit nervous, I can play with him. But now we look like a proper father and son team. And I think at first the novelty was amazing for him. Like we're getting battle royales with my dad. It's amazing.
Dad's terrible.
But now, it's like he has gotten so good. He's like, oh, dude, just give me the controller.
And this one's a little bit more highly skilled. It's something where we have to like, catch, let go, catch, let go, catch, let go. Yeah.
Okay, we are back to what modality?
Press plus.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Very, very cool. Okay, well, we're going to swing our way through, but I'm going to say that Super Mario's...
Your turn?
2.
1.
Go!
Jamboree party.
Your coordination.
I know. I'm learning. Grab. Oh, I thought I did it. Hang on.
Oh, no.
But that's it. It is a whole lot of fun. It's accessible. The whole family can play it. It is like a board game come to life on screen. I absolutely love it, buddy. Thank you so much. Super Mario's Jamboree Party.
Graham.
There we go.
Stop talking to the audience and play.
that. We got this. We got this.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for my turn to join the boys, please. I would love to. That looks like so much fun. And yes, we will continue having fun right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're getting back into the kitchen and making a dish that is sure to get a ring on your finger. It is called Marry Me Orzo Chicken, and it just sounds as delicious as it looks. And then not only that, we of course have to have our Grant over here have his dip out moment along with Oh My Russ. That is after all the gaming has concluded. We'll get into his moment straight after this, so don't go anywhere.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Look, Grant concluded his game, and now we're about to have a moment together enjoying some Oh My Russ. I hope you are joining us too, because we have to get into the club scene just a little bit. Picture this: the bass is booming, the crew is living their best lives, and the DJ is on fire. But your soul? Oh, he's in fluffy socks, curled up at home with a hot cuppa and some Oh My Russ, of course. Because let's be honest, sometimes the ultimate vibe is dipping out of the party for a snack and some peace of mind. So this week we want to know, how do you dip out the club for a quiet moment with your Oh My Russ? And when I say you, I mean you. How do you dip out,
It's so easy as a parent. You just go, I gotta get home. I got stuff to do. Tomorrow, I gotta be a dad.
I got an early morning.
But you should see how Jess, my wife, does it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
She just turns to me and she just goes, we're leaving.
Oh.
And she just has this mode, there's a switch, and she goes, I'm going. And then I said, what about saying goodbye to people? She goes, no. And she just exits.
What do
and
they
I have to
call
follow.
that? An Irish goodbye?
It's worse than that. It's sudden.
It's so sudden.
Yeah, so that's the best way I think that's actually the best way to dip.
And you just quietly dip out.
Yeah, and you can tell one or two people on WhatsApp in the car.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Something came up, gotta go.
Yeah.
Is that once the party is like at its peak, or Do you guys kind of dip out at 9 p.m.?
I think that's when the party's at its peak because a lot of people are distracted then.
Oh.
Right? They're doing their own thing.
That's a strategy.
You're not a big priority at that point. So you go like, cool guys, cheers. And we
I love that. Wait, how often do we go clubbing as parents? What's the juice?
It depends on the age of the kid. But it used to be about once a month, but like it's slowed down a lot. The older...
3 times a year. More?
No, 3 times a year.
That sounds about accurate.
Yeah. Well, how did you guess that?
I don't know. Because I have all my friends are actually mothers. And so I only see them 3 times a year. I wonder, where are you guys? Okay, so is that the funniest excuse that you've used? Your kid? You're like the kid... How about before the kid? Because she's what? She's 3 now?
Yeah, so before the kid, dipping was a lot harder, especially as a people pleaser.
Oh, we're recovering people pleaser here
yeah,
too.
me too. So it's much easier when you got a kid because there's so many other excuses. But to go like, you know, I think it was... You actually just stayed the whole time.
You did. You did.
You end up being the last person, and you go like, okay, I need to take so you're saving someone from the bathroom. You're like, let's go. I need to take everybody home. I was always the designated driver. Yeah, so I got to take everyone home. So you can't go like, if I leave now, I don't know how so and so's getting home. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you should be in the front on the DJ box enjoying the club, but you're so considerate. You're thinking about everyone else.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's just you get forced into that role. I don't know if it's a consideration
it's not
thing. It's just going like you just are paranoid about the people around you. Going,
and then what is the ultimate dip out moment? Now we've left the party, ears are still ringing, but the house is beckoning, the bed is there. What is your dip out moment? Are we grabbing a rusk? Are we chilling, watching TV?
Of course, no TV.
No TV.
You get your coffee and your rusk. If you're lucky, you've made your coffee before you've left. You just heat it up in the micro. That is a hack.
Yes.
And I will seldom shower at that point.
Right.
What's more important than a shower is making sure you've got a little bit of caffeine to hydrate and a rusk just to give you your energy
fill
back.
the stomach.
Yeah, and it helps for the following morning too.
I love that. Well, grab a rusk.
Oh.
I think you should enjoy, and then let's see which flavor we have today.
I think this is
See, I always watch people's rusking technique. You have 2 dips.
I have lots of kinds of dips. This is another good dip.
No.
Yeah, no. I call this the South African tiramisu because what happens is it creates a nice layer at the bottom after this is all cooked up, and then you use a teaspoon.
Security! Oh my gosh, call the police.
This is aniseed.
It is. It's got warming spices. It is actually hot cross bun.
Oh!
You tasted now, right?
I got the aniseed.
I'm sorry, you're trying to distract me from the fact that you just dropped a whole rusk in your coffee.
Always.
You're leaving it there.
If you're lucky, you get the krummels at the bottom of the packet and you pour them in, and then you get like the
Why do I feel like you're not the only person to do this? I feel like there's a group of people, probably have a Facebook group as well with you guys, and you tell each other how to do this.
Criminals.
Okay, you criminal. It is criminal. You just drop it in.
I showed my wife and she was like, I'm calling the police.
Literally.
So, I don't know.
Okay, so what do? The Oma chills.
Yeah, no,
and then
see,
you
now
use
it's soaked. Now it's soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you get a teaspoon and you just eat it off the bottom like a tiramisu. You know,
somebody bring a teaspoon. I'm very curious about this wet Oma. All right, so there's the teaspoon.
Yeah, come.
I was joking.
Yes. This is what. And also, you see this last bit as well. You got your fingers. You don't have to stick your fingers in. You add it to the tiramisu.
God, I can't do it. Wait,
what do you mean you can't do it? Look.
You do it.
What do you mean? Look.
Yesterday they tried to make me eat raw meats, and now you trying to make me eat a wet Oma.
Look, this is like soggy.
Yeah.
That's great because now it's like perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. The perfect.
I'll try it one day when I have dentures.
And there's a whole bunch at the bottom. Look at this. The whole bunch. And then if you mush it, then it creates like it will just sink to the bottom. Look at that.
No, Grant. I know they say listen and don't judge. I'm judging so hard, but I know you're not the only one. So maybe let me not knock it till I try it. Let me just say it's your turn, Mzansi, right now. Share your answer on the Expresso social pages using #DipOutWithOma, and you could win 2,000 Rand in cash plus a delicious Oma hamper. And that competition closes on Monday, the 11th of August. T's and C's are on expressoshow.com. Whether you sneak out the side door or Irish goodbye your whole crew, make sure that you do it with a rusk in hand or in your coffee.
It's breakfast.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like cereal.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to pray for you.
Dip out with Oma this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.
All right, so now that our very novel breakfast porridge is sorted on that side of the studio. Let's get into another mouth-watering recipe. We are trying our hand at a dish that's won hearts all over social media, and with good reason. It's the one-pan Marry Me chicken orzo, creamy, cheesy, packed with rich tomato flavor. It's the kind of comfort food that might just get you a proposal or more. And the best part, it all comes together in just one pan, courtesy of the orzo. Is it rice? No. It is a pasta.
Okay, what would you say if I told you this is what got a ring on my finger?
Oh, really?
No, but maybe I can get a second ring.
Did you check how I believed, eh? 2 weeks ago, if you had asked me that, I would have been like, no way.
No way.
Now I believe.
Because
I
she's
believe.
a chef.
Okay, so our chicken
turn
has
this
been
on.
pre-cooked. And the vibe with your chicken,
Yep.
don't have to overdo it. We are going to continue to cook this for
That's
about
true.
10-15 minutes to get the orzo just right. But it's basically compiling and leaving it to cook in one pan. And we like one pan wonders.
We do,
yeah?
and these are great ingredients. I'm seeing sun-dried tomato.
Yeah, and if you want a well-developed tomato flavor, why not lean into the sun-dried tomato space?
I agree.
So let's do that, man.
Are we
Let's
just
gooi.
chucking it all in?
You are just gooiing,
Okay,
my friend.
come on,
We've got
gooi.
sun-dried tomatoes. Obviously, this is a very Italian flavor profile, so ramp it up, baby. The more garlic, the better.
And listen, if he can have you with a garlic breast,
Exactly,
that means
it must
he's
be
the
married.
one.
Yeah, well, you're both eating it, so
That's
it's kind of
also
like your
true.
fail-safe. Then we've gone for Italian herbs.
Okay, got you.
Oregano would be like the most Italian, I think, for me.
I would
But
say so.
a beautiful mix of herbs just to give it the herbaceousness, a bit of flavor profile. It's probably paprika, not the cayenne pepper.
No.
But I think either would be nice for this.
A bit of spice never hurt nobody.
Yeah, man, a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
We like a bit of that. Salt and pepper to taste.
I mean, it's already looking great. This color is amazing.
I know, it pops. And you do eat with your eyes. You want something to look interesting, especially when you're trying a novelty dish like
You
this,
know?
you know? It must be cool. And then we have got our baby spinach again, which has kind of been our unsung hero today.
Yeah.
A great way to introduce some beautiful, healthy elements into your meal. It's got a great flavor profile. And
It goes right
reduces
in?
down to next to nothing.
This is going to have one leaf at the
You're not
end
even
of
going to
it.
see it when it's in there, but at least you know you're getting the nutritional content as well. And it is beautiful. It pops with a beautiful color green.
Color.
And then we've got our cheese and our cream to add in just a moment. But you can now go ahead and add our chicken stock.
Okay, amazing.
And I suppose you could use vegetable. You could... you kind of know the flavor vibe that you like.
Yeah.
And you will find a QR code on your screen right now to explore those flavors and put them to work.
I
and
mean,
now we've got
already
enough-
this is smelling good and looking
Oh,
good.
it's beautiful. And you're going to get a little extra moisture from our baby spinach, but now the orzo.
I don't believe
How
I've had orzo, but never cooked with it before.
And I suppose it becomes, Jay was saying, like, you can think of it kind of like risotto vibes.
Right.
Where you can cook in the sauce. And I like that for pasta.
Because it absorbs.
I'm the kind of guy who mixes my sauce into the pasta before I serve it.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you can't
want
put the sauce on the top.
yeah, you really want it to cover every little nook and cranny and corner. But obviously in this case, you're literally cooking the pasta in the sauce.
Wow, and I'm seeing cream and cheese, so I can just imagine it all coming together beautifully. Now, how long does this take to cook then?
I reckon, I mean, follow the instructions on the pack of the orzo, because they
Right.
might differ, but probably about 10 to 15 minutes, 12 minutes, call it your medium.
Yeah.
And once you're introducing any kind of dairy, a cheese, a cream, a milk, you just don't want it to split.
Yeah, that's
So just be
true.
careful. So you introduce it towards the end, but if my voice is just really irritating, you want to follow a visual blow by blow, of course, you scan the QR code, and that's how you get access to everything we cook on the show. In fact, you can go back through the encyclopedic library of amazing dishes. How nice is that smelling?
Wow,
Hey?
I would stop right there.
I know. I
We
was
could add
about to
some
propose to you,
more.
but then I realized
Wow.
you've already been
I could have another
taken.
ring. Why
I know.
not?
Hey, we live in this country. We can do whatever we
We
want.
can do whatever we want.
Okay, so I think let's add
the cream in.
our cream, and I reckon we can keep some of the cheese for
the
after, but can we introduce a bit of cheese into the mix? then?
Yes,
Make it a bit more
don't ask
funky.
me twice.
Okay, and that's looking beautiful. Let that cook down.
Ooh, it smells incredible.
And I'm thinking you could even, if you still had some of your leftover pasta water from earlier, use a bit of that to make it even more starchy and
Oh,
kind of
stop
thicken
it,
that.
chef.
But
I
look at how
like
that comes
it.
together. And then the gorgeous part is that also is just going to absorb and
get
swell
thick.
with deliciousness. So I hope you are scanning that QR code as we speak, and that your mouth is watering as much as mine. I'm struggling to talk right now. This is, again, a beautiful midweek
Keep a little
option.
for
It's
the
not going to
top.
break the bank.
That's true.
Uh,
Quick and
beautiful.
easy.
Yeah, strong flavors.
One pan, no dishes.
Oh man, it might just get you your significant other. Look
That's
at
true.
that. I find it expressoshow.com. I think we've earned the right to
We've
taste
been cooking
this,
all day. Let's
finished
try it out.
product.
There we
thank
go.
you, my dear.
Ooh.
Okay, now I know people are probably going to fight. It's going to be a bun fight over this one at the end of the show. Lucian is saying,
He's claimed it already.
Right now, it's mine. Oh, share and share alike. Okay, so we've got Fame being reintroduced in the most amazing way up north, and we'll get a performance from that. Then Alison Vonneland, Afrikaans drama, come to bear with the most amazing young talent. So we can't wait for that.
What he said. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is mind-blowing. Let me get down on one knee real quick.
I'm going to get down as well.
Marry me.
Marry me, Pastor. Oh.
Delicious. Say I do. We have a little bit more time to fill your goodness for your Thursday. We're going to fill our tummies. We'll see you after
I'm
this.
sorry, there's going to be nothing left.
Oh my gosh, it's good.
Oh, this is good.
Wow.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
I'm going to pour it on.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I apologize if we have food, pasta, specifically all over our face. We have cooked some amazing food today.
We have.
So please just go and check it out on expressoshow.com. Some amazing recipes to cook along, and hopefully we can fill the bank account as well as the tummy. There is an estimated 580,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot today. You could win big.
Now, so you want to buy your tickets now, okay, as in right now. You could do that in store on the website nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, and while you have your phone, there's cell phone banking, or head to your keypad, dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
I've already forgotten everything she said, which is why we post these details on the Expresso social pages, so you can check them out at your leisure. And Panda, push to play your daily lotto for that estimated today 580,000 smackaroos.
Ooh, I like
Come
the
on.
smackaroonie. Let's head all the way to Joburg right now to close off with a banger. We, of course, have Alice in Wonderland. Let's see what they've got for us.
Ooh, my friends, we've got two bangers for you, actually. Today, we are closing out with the Wêreld van my Air van Alice in Wonderland by Mia. And, of course, Fame, There She Goes by Jade. Let's give it up, everybody.
Katte in hosse, ons sal woon in oulike klein huise, met kaste vol skoene en hoede, in 'n wêreld van my eie. Al die blomme sal ook oor spesiale klagte. Met my sit en praat oor 'n gedagte. As ek eensaam raak in 'n wêreld van my eie. Boeke verveel my, ek sal veel eerder in die nag ry. En op die trein van Abel te ry. Deur 'n wêreld van my eie. Geen meer teëspoed, want ons grootste drome kan ook nou ontstaan. As die wêreld maar net kon draai, om drome en verbeelding sprei, kan ek wees net wie ek wil wees. My wêreld aan 'n wonderland.
There she goes, and she the picture of a real life star. You want to follow her whoever you are, and there she goes. She's passing you. You better hurry if you wanna look. Maybe you'll find her in your autograph book. She's passing you. Reach out to touch, don't be shy. There ain't no reason to be scared. No, it's too much. I can't look her in the eye. No, I'm not prepared. Well, thank you, Expresso TV. Thank you so much. You've all been so wonderful to me. I don't know how to thank you. And thank you to God for making me fantastic. I'm on top of the charts. I'm on top of their hearts. Look at them all. Look at them now. Everything is beautiful up here in the clouds. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly high. I feel it coming together. People will see me and cry. I'm gonna make it to heaven. Light up the sky like a flame. I'm gonna live forever. Baby, remember my name. Remember. I'm on top of the charts. I'm on top of their hearts. Look at them all. Look at them now. Mama sits on me. I am having a ball. There she goes. There she goes. Now wouldn't anybody wish they were her? And there she
Everybody! An absolute superstar. There she goes. My goodness. Listen, Mzansi, the future of theatre, the future of greatness, it is safe. Thank you very much. After what me and Jade just did. My beautiful Cape Town family, how are you feeling about all of this gorgeousness? My word.
Oh, you don't understand. When that song, I want to live forever. Yo, when that hits, it's like, oh, okay, generations of talent come to bear.
That's true.
I love the fact that you've got a play about talent becoming, showing talent becoming. I think this is exactly the right kind of age group. And I mean, from Alice in Wonderland or in Wonderland to Fame, Young Fame, I love these platforms because you know what's going to happen to those young performers. Pretty soon they're going to be on this couch talking about that movie role, that big kind of stage production. That's where it all begins. So I suppose they already are on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My mouth is watering so much
goodness in front of us. Listen, we made a miso pesto pasta. We made marry me chicken. Add that to the list.
Yeah.
Some sliders with buffalo, as well as delicious steak and mashed potato.
Buffalo sauce.
Buffalo
No buffaloes were actually harmed in the making of. So Amy Chasink is stepping in tomorrow. She is a cute little bundle of energy, joy, love, emotion. She is so talented. And we kind of watched her take her first few steps into the industry.
Beautiful. Now she's leaping.
Come on, girl.
We're having a Women's Day episode, so come through, be prepared, be inspired. Bye-bye, Zanele.
The men are also invited, but Zanele, we love you.
And bye to you, Mzansi. Thank you for hanging out with us. I think it's time to dive right in.
Adios, muchachos.
We'll see you
Sorry that
tomorrow.
the final thing you hear is our munching jaws, but the food is just too good. I'm going to use a spoon and a fork. Have an amazing day. We love you.
Yum.
Can I taste two at the same time?
Another feel-good production.